that it takes to make such a huge difference in these kids' lives.
Learn about adopting a teen from foster care at adoptuskids.org. Brought to you by Adopt US Kids, the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, and the Ad Council.
Milwaukee's Black Talk lives here. You are listening to 1017 FM, 1510 AM WGKB Waukesha and W269DL Milwaukee, a locally owned Good Karma brand station. The place for the realest conversations.
I appreciate United Garden Homes for stopping through with a check for $2,000.
Yes.
Some people came through anonymously.
Yes.
Dropped off money. The family has received those funds. And whatever you can do, if everybody do a little, nobody has to do a lot.
The movement continues.
What are some of the conditions in the jail that got people upset, like the living conditions on a day-to-day basis?
We'll come out our cell at 11 o'clock in the morning. We'll get food and we'll get medication. So that shortens the time. Out of those 2 hours, we'll probably get an hour out, and then we'll have to lock right down. And by lock right now, I mean we staying in our cell. We get fed in our cells. We don't come out our cell at all, and that's pretty much the biggest problem. And they simply say that they're short-staffed, but that's not enough because they knew that they were going to be short-staffed. Like, this has been a problem for over 2 years now.
The marathon continues.
There's never been a better time to make change in the city of Milwaukee, starting with the youth. And we talked about the housing. Willie Hines, y'all boy Willie Hines.
And you need to have the support of the community. Regardless if we live in these areas or not, it all affects us in one way or shape or form.
It's time for that action and all the smoke. This is the Wisconsin Broadcasters Association award-winning Tory Lowe Show on 1017 The Truth app, and streaming live on YouTube.
Man, best show in the world, bro. You got the best show in the world. Hope you know that, man.
God bless you, brother. I appreciate that.
Big up to you both. Thank you so much. Tori, you spoke to my kids. Liz, you did too. But you spoke to my kids, and when I tell you both that they was talking about what we did earlier that morning all day, that's literally what they was doing. They was talking about it all day. My son was just hollering,
Awesome.
where's Tori? Like,
I wanted to make sure that I let you know that to hear a person and have a person like you in this community, the way that you are selfless, the way that you give, even when your cup is not even full, you are filling other people's cup. And that just inspires me to make sure that I help you the best way that I can by doing my part.
As always, my good brother, stay cool, stay calm, stay focused.
Now, live from the Avenue in the heart of downtown Milwaukee, here is the king of talk radio, Tory Lowe.
Justice Wisconsin, the truth, the most requested advocate in the state. 101.7 FM, the movement continues. Yeah. Milwaukee, stand up. It's Tory Lowe, the truth. From 1 to 4, we about that action, so tap in and let's go. We want that justice, we want all the smoke. From Monday through Friday, trying to bring the city hope. Yeah. Tory Lowe from 1 to 4, Monday through Friday, let's go. We bout that action from the block, and we ready, let's go. Tap in, and it ain't no holding back. We ready. 101.7 The Truth. Tory Lowe. Tory Lowe Show live from American Family Insurance Studio at the Avenue. And I'm here for the action.
And nothing but that action.
And I want all the smoke.
Who wants the smoke today?
Salute to all my brothers and sisters on the front lines. The marathon continues.
The movement continues.
How y'all doing out there in Radio Land? How y'all doing in the chat? We got another powerful show for you today. So I'm gonna need y'all to open up your ears, okay? Who we got in the chat? We got Essie in the chat. We got Kawanda in the chat. Josh, Reginald in the chat. Jeff is in the chat. We also got Sada Baby 473 in the chat. Thank y'all for joining the show today. We got another powerful show. Y'all know it's Monday.
Y'all know how we get down on a Monday. We got the miracle minister Kevin on the lines for that Monday prayer. How you doing, Minister Kevin?
Tory, I am blessed, man. How you doing?
I'm feeling powerful.
I am too. That's great. I wasn't going to talk about this. I was waiting for your introduction to go through. I was just playing the keyboard.
Oh, you back playing the keys?
Yeah, just playing the battle was not yours. And that's the truth. The battle was not ours, man.
Well, we can hear through the. We can hear. Put the phone to the keyboard. Let us hear a few keys right quick.
Don't do it like that.
Oh wow. Hey, yeah, definitely. Hey, I'm proud to hear that you back on the keys. Okay. Hey, that's good. That's good. I can hear you back on it. We got to bring the keyboard in the studio, hook it up so it can sound smooth.
Oh Lord.
Maybe I could just have you set up on the keyboard, and while I'm on the show, you can play the music like in the church, like when the keyboard be sitting back there. You can play the keys while I'm on the show.
Oh man, you don't have him drag me up out of there.
Get the spirit moving. Get the spirit moving on this Black History Month.
Oh, this is Black History Month. That's right. I didn't really watch much of the game yesterday, but I seen like afterward they had like Coco Jones. We wanted to say the Black National Anthem.
Right.
I mean that was powerful. The only
reason I didn't like when they did the Black National Anthem, they did that and then they didn't keep it with the America the Beautiful and the Star Spangled Banner. They did the Black National Anthem. It was people still walking around, people still going to concession stand. It was like just something that took place, and it really didn't command the attention of the audience. It was like it was just there. It happened. Then they started commentating, and then they started getting ready for the build-up to the game. Then they went into America the Beautiful, and then they went into the Star Spangled Banner. I noticed that.
Wow.
So, hey, we just happy to be there.
I didn't see all that. No, I didn't see. I didn't watch it. To watch much of the game. The game watched more of me than I seen of it. So I didn't see the beginning part of it. I see that on social media when they show Coco Jones at Sunday. I'm like, that's awesome. Okay,
right.
Glad they did it because this day and time they try to eliminate everything black. It's good that she was able to have that platform to say that.
But that's what I'm saying. We just happy to be there.
Yeah. Downplayed it though.
Well, like I said, I think that the Black National Anthem should have been in there with America the Beautiful and the National Anthem. They should have all went in succession. Okay, so when they did the Black National Anthem, then they started like talking about the game again and kind of distanced the Black National Anthem, and then they started going into America the Beautiful and then the Star Spangled Banner. So I noticed that. I see stuff like that. So it's like we just happy to be included, I guess. We just happy that we was able to have a Black National Anthem sung. And then I started noticing in the crowd that it wasn't like they had to stand or do anything. They just did it.
I don't think that's enough for us just to be included. We got to be more than just included. That's not enough. We got to show that we deserve to be there. Not just we included.
80-some% of the league is black players, and not one black head coach was hired in this, coaching cycle. So it's a lot of stuff that's going on, but. Yeah. We gonna keep it moving. We gonna keep it moving. We gonna look what they say. The struggle continues. The movement continues.
It's a marathon continues. That's right. We gotta keep going. That's right. It's a marathon. It's not a dash. So we gonna make it. As long as we endure it to the end. That's what the Bible says. We gotta endure it to the end, and then we gonna make it, man. But we gonna keep on praying for this country, praying for the world.
We gonna keep going. Because we have no choice. And I always tell people like this, every day is another day to get it right. As long as we keep focused on a better future, on a better tomorrow, and stop falling for the okie doke, we're going to be all right.
Absolutely, man. As long as you got faith, man. You got faith the size of a mustard seed, you can move a mountain. And I ain't noticed anything much bigger than the mountain in this world. So your little bitty face can do that. We good. We can move all these boulders and obstacles and all this. Because we can move a mountain. We can definitely move a stone.
Mm-hmm. Well, we working on it.
We can move it all. But just stay encouraged, man. Stay encouraged. I know you enjoyed the weekend because I see you picked Seattle to win, and it looks like they did.
Hey, look, I'm always ride with the NFC. I don't ride with the AFC.
Right.
When it's time for the Super Bowl, even though the Packers ain't there, I'm an NFC person. So I'm never gonna pick the AFC. I don't do that. I stay within, on my side of the fence.
I'm the same way, unless it's the Chargers. But there you go. Chargers always been my second favorite team past the Packers. So if it's the Chargers, I'm going for the Chargers. Now, if they play each other, you know I'm going Packers.
Right.
Because I need a new jacket. I need a new Packers jacket. So you got to wear one.
Hey, look, I was on ESPN on KBN. Right now I do Fridays on KBN right after the show. And I got a pullover Green Bay Packers pullover that I've been wearing for so long. It's my lucky pullover, and the patch then fell off. The Green Bay patch then fell off. I need to get me a whole new wardrobe.
Right, my jacket is Super Bowl 15, man. I got Super Bowl 45.
Oh,
50
wow.
years, man. I got Super Bowl 45 jacket. I need a new jacket now.
Wow. Well, we need to.
You know how we do.
Well, we do need these jackets. So I'll say this: we gonna go get one together. We gonna go and try to find something together. We gonna re-up, but we need everybody to get together on one accord. If y'all listening, wherever y'all listening from, I need y'all to get on one accord right now, because it's very important that we stay in one mind, one sound. And I appreciate you, Miracle Minister Kevin, for this Monday prayer.
Absolutely. Lord, we come to you today offer praise and showing gratitude for your mercy and your grace. You have shown us love even when we didn't deserve it. In times when we couldn't even have woke up in the morning, you let us still be here. You said you are not going anywhere. Times when we should have been utterly destroyed, your everlasting mercy provided us another chance to get it right and give us forgiveness. We don't take this lightly, and we won't frustrate your grace by continuing with this reckless way of life. So be with us as we move about this day and this time. Let your spirit be the ruling power in our lives. Let it be the guide to lead us in the right direction where we can find safety and protection from the wickedness that lies away. But our trust is in you, O God. I speak life and life more abundantly. In Jesus' name, amen.
Hey, anything else you want to say, Miracle Minister Kevin?
As always, my good brother, stay cool, stay calm, stay focused.
Hey, look, when we come back, Truth Nation, we're going to get into the show. Stay locked in right here on Tory Lowe.
Don't touch that dial. The Tory Lowe Show will be right back on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com. Need a way to hype up your day?
Hello, is this Shirley?
This is she.
Shirley, you are our Gruber 5K giveaway winner this quarter. Congratulations.
What would you do with $5,000?
Going to look at buying me a pickup truck. That will be some of my down payment.
Stay tuned into 1017 The Truth for your chance to be entered into the Gruber Law Office's 5K giveaway. For contest rules, visit 1017thetruth.com.
I love you guys.
The Humane Animal Welfare Society, HAWS, believes in keeping pets healthy and families together. No one should have to choose between rent and veterinary care. The Wellness Clinic at Hawes Animal Shelter in Waukesha offers important basics of dog and cat care to our community. Pet owners can schedule general exams, sick visits, receive vaccinations, even get preventatives and nail trims. Appointments are available weekdays and can be scheduled by calling 262-542-8852. Contact Hawes of Waukesha today for your pet's care.
Ready to move? Find your next home with Odom Investments and Property Management. Beautiful rentals, great locations, and professional service. All the way Odom Way. Call 855 Odom Way. That's 855 Odom Way. Or 855-636-6929. Your home is waiting.
Life isn't a single moment. It's a shared ribbon that bends through the years. It binds us to the things and people we love most. One insurance company knows this because they live it. For 100 years, we've been with your family for the moments that matter most. Erie Insurance.
Find a local agent at erieinsurance.com.
Hi, I'm Vanessa Williams, and I want to share with you the role that diabetes has had in my family. I lost my grandmother at the early age of 64 due to complications with diabetes. She was warm, generous, and a constant encouragement for me to follow my heart. Did you know that African Americans experience chronic kidney disease at a rate that's 25% higher than white Americans? And we're almost 4 times more likely to develop kidney failure. Diabetes and high blood pressure are leading causes of kidney disease, which can result in kidney failure, needing dialysis, or a kidney transplant. The good news is that you have the power to check out how well your kidneys are doing and learn ways to prevent them from failing. So go to your doctor and get yourself checked out. Visit linkmylovetv.org to learn more. Get the facts, get checked, and get healthy.
This is the Tori Lowe Show on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Seven The Truth, Tori Lowe Show. I want to play this video of this situation. I think, if I'm not mistaken, it's from the Ohio State Penitentiary. This is a guy, it's going viral, where it's an interaction with a CO. He has an interaction with a female CO. And I guess he was upset with something with a white t-shirt, actually having his cell being checked down. And the female CO kind of was going back and forth with him, trying to make him comply, told him to cuff up, put his hands behind his back. And he eventually told her, hey, you don't want to do that. He repeatedly tried to express his grievance. She sprayed him with mace, and she got, attacked. But I want to show this video because it's making its rounds on social media. And if you're watching, we got the video of this inmate and the CO officer, the female CO officer. Now, this was going viral. This clip. This is going viral right now on social media, and I want to talk about a lot of the things that when we talk about what goes on inside some of these correctional facilities. And if y'all have seen this, can we get that video up? If you let me know when you get this video up. The thing is, mass incarceration is a real thing, and many times some people need to be there. I mean, I don't believe everybody that goes to jail is innocent. And many times with this person, this inmate in this particular video, I think he had already been convicted and probably had a lot of time on his hands as well. But a lot of people was tagging me in this video, and I watched it, and it kind of shows the dynamic of being inside these prison walls, which is another form of slavery. A lot of people would say that in the Constitution, slavery was abolished unless you were deemed a criminal. So many times when you go to jail, it's basically slavery. You basically re-enslaved yourself to the system, according to the Constitution. And so when I see this and this young man is upset, if you watch this, we broadcast live, we got the video up. He's talking to this female CO, and eventually they get into this altercation where he put his hands on her, he brutalized her, I guess, and people are saying that she shouldn't have egged him on. Or many times when you go into these prison systems, you ain't got no rights. Now, you may have basic civil and human rights, thank God for that, but basically you a slave in the system. And even though he was talking and he may have had a point, the CO may have irritated him in a certain kind of way, when she told him to cuff up, like, do what I tell you to do. Like, let me push back on this a little bit. When you go into jail, you don't have an opinion. Like, if they tell you to wake up, you better wake up. If they tell you to get up, clean your room, go take a shower, like, they basically enslaved you. Understand what I'm saying? So even if you have an opinion or you feel like something may not be right, you got to go through a grievance process. You got to write it up, go through it's like a long grievance process. You got to, and if it's multiple people involved, you got to tell everybody to fill out grievances, and that takes time. But they gonna treat you like you a slave in jail, basically. Understand what I'm saying? So this video is going viral on social media, and I'm telling you right now, it's a lot of people, a lot of encounters that take place between COs and inmates due to the fact that the COs coming in trying to, break your will. You're not free no more. You can't talk to me like you was talking to your mama or your friends or things like that. I told you to sit down. It's just crazy. It's crazy work. That's why I say, understand what I'm saying. And now he done beat the CO up, and he probably had the right to feel emotionally wronged. But this is another case where he's not going to win. He's not going to win this. He's inside the system. They even made a GoFundMe for him online. Yeah, it's Joshua Hunter from Ohio State Penitentiary. They even got like somebody, I don't know how real it is, but they got a GoFundMe.
What?
Yeah, they raised $630 on the GoFundMe. Yeah, I got it pulled up right now.
What's $600 gonna do, Tori?
It's in jail. That's a lot, especially when if you ain't got no money. But this is the GoFundMe. It says, "My name is Joseph Hunter. I'm serving 32 years. I'm serving a 32-year sentence for a crime I did not commit. I've been down 14 years now, and God is starting to answer my prayers and proving my innocence. Evidence is starting to come to light. A video of the main witness a video of the main witness stated it was not me. That was withheld by the prosecution at my trial, and the witness wanting to retract a false statement." Now, this is where I say this. This GoFundMe, if they catch it, they gonna shut this one down. Now, it's funny how he's able to, maybe somebody in his family probably posted it, but they are allowing people from jail to get on social media. They are giving them a little leeway depending on, whatever the situation is. It's a lot of people from jail that are able to interact on social media or on emails or, to get a little freedoms here and there. But at the end of the day, that's a fight that takes years to resolve. If you're inside the system Ain't nothing happening quick. Ain't no resolve happening quick. 3 years, 3 years at best. 17 years, they'll drag that out forever if you do something inside them prison walls. So I know that they, got some GoFundMe ideas going on, and if you want to write these people, but at the end of the day, I feel sorry for the brother, because if he was fighting a case to say he was innocent, he just piled on. Even if he beat that case, he probably just got another 25 years for beating up this CO. And Not Really a City Girl says the CO need to be respectful as they are inserting authority because they are outnumbered. Yeah, I mean, it's a plantation. It was always more slaves than it was guards. It's the fear and the control aspect that kept people, I'm not finna, because if I do this, I might end up getting shot, killed, raped, or worse. But in jail, you cannot put your hands on the CO and think you finna walk away and think you finna explain to any judge in the country how this happened. Now, morally, the CO should have some respect. These are human beings. And probably some human beings that probably got some hands that'll probably give you the 1-2. The old 1-2, and it busts you up. Like, you can't be acting tough when you ain't tough. A lot of these COs ain't even from the streets. A lot of these COs, they just working a job. They not even tough like that, but they walking around trying to, speak all harsh to a lot of these inmates when they know if they was out on the street, they wouldn't even do it. They wouldn't even approach a lot of these men like that. They be up in there power tripping. These COs be up in there power tripping. And this was a classic case of inmate that just kind of, what T.I. say, let them know. Hey, look, when we come back, we're at a Pop Culture Report, Truth Nation. Stay locked in.
More of the Tory Lowe Show is next on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Life's better with American Family Insurance because we know you love working weekends. If it means working on your dream home, both inside and out. And we're here to help protect those dreams so you can enjoy peace of mind. Save up to 40% when you bundle home and auto. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products, pricing, and availability vary based on the way you purchase insurance and by state. Some exclusions apply. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating companies, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
He's the voice for the people and the community's connection to change.
Sometimes justice looks different to me. Do you want them in jail for murdering Corey Stingley? Yes, you do. Do you want them to go to trial for what they did and go through that process? Hey, But at the end of the day, the men that took Corey Stingley's life, something happened to where they have to accept the fact that they did that and that they have to be labeled a murderer for a certain length of time and when it was nothing, I think that was a huge thing that happened when you had to climb mountains to get to this point. 13 years?
The Tory Lowe Show, weekdays from 1 to 4 p.m. Live on YouTube and right here on 1017 The Truth.
You served behind the desk.
You served in combat.
You did 4 years and got out.
You were drafted.
You gave 20 years.
You gave exactly what your country needed.
And so did you.
When you raised your hand and swore an oath to your country, when you put your name on a dotted line, you became part of only 1% of Americans who did the same. You are a veteran.
You are a veteran.
You are a veteran. Because no matter when, where, or how you served, you made a sacrifice for your country, and you deserve support.
If you're struggling with life after service, don't wait. Reach out.
Reach out to a loved one, to a fellow veteran, to VA.
Find resources at va.gov/reach.
Brought to you by the United States Department of Veterans Affairs and the Ad Council.
The
Associated Bank Sports Update on 101.7 The Truth is powered by ESPN Milwaukee. I'm Nazir Spencer. After a long losing streak, the Milwaukee Bucks finally get their first 3-game win streak this year with a win versus the Pacers on Friday. Bobby Portis on playing during the trade deadline.
You know, obviously, it's always a lot that's on your mind, obviously, coming into the trade deadline. Guys get moved different places, and, you know, being here for 6 years now, definitely didn't want to find a new home. This is home for me, so.
The Bucks acquired former Nets guard Cam Thomas off waivers this weekend for likely bench help. The Bucks are in Orlando tonight to play the Magic at 6:30. In men's college basketball, Badgers lost in OT to Indiana 78-77 on Saturday. Marquette beat Butler 70-55, and UWM lost to Northern Kentucky 67-62. All teams are back at it tomorrow night. This Sports Update brought to you by Associated Bank, proudly supporting your hometown teams, member FDIC.
This is the Tory Lowe Show on 101.7 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Mr. 888, Mr. 5 points, get it straight, advocate, Tory Lowe, let's go, it's the show, Lowe, the voice of the voiceless, Tory Lowe, advocate, Tory Lowe.
101.7 The Truth, Tory Lowe Show. Pop Culture Report brought to you by Truth Nation Insider GP in the studio.
What it do?
How you doing, GP?
I'm doing good. Super Bowl Sunday was a dud.
Super Bowl Sunday.
Yeah, so I'm just looking forward to the next Super Bowl already, truth be told. I don't know. I'm a Patriots fan, so it's very hard to watch. It was like watching, I don't know, the girl that you used to love, like, go out on a date with somebody else, and they just didn't treat them right. I don't know.
I kind of talked about the Patriots. I said they had one of the weakest schedules in the NFL.
I don't think the schedule matters.
Let me finish.
All right, I'll let you.
Y'all sports guys love to jump in mid-sentence. Okay, this Black Talk Radio, we get to talk for a second, but hold on.
Okay.
All I'm saying is they had a kind of a weak schedule.
Okay.
But then they kind of, due to winning, kind of got, the defense was just awesome. They got an awesome defense. You know, they got a young quarterback, but he's not bad. He's still got room to learn. Mm-hmm. But I believe that when Bo Nix went down with the Denver Broncos, it gave them the walk in to the Super Bowl.
I can agree.
They kind of walked right into the Super Bowl after Bo Nix went down. And I always said that, okay, New England they way to the Super Bowl wasn't a lot of trouble to get there, you know. But when they met a real defense like Seattle, it was like they had a hard time really facing a real good defense, because I don't think that offense, what they was 14-3 this year. So they probably, you know, wasn't challenged with a defense that looked like Seattle, and it looked like they didn't even know what to do for the first half.
For me, I think when we go back to, I guess, the middle portion of the season again, this was a team that I'm not sure what the exact projection was, but I don't believe that they would have at least been picked to win more than 8 or 9 games. They're not. They're not in a particularly tough division. You know, they have to go against the Bills, the Dolphins, and the Jets, who 2 of those teams obviously were also not projected to win or be above 500. And so the Patriots did beat the Bills earlier on in the season. I believe they did go to Florham Park, you know, up in, you know, upstate New York, and they won at home. And so it was a convincing win. And so they kind of slowly started to build from there. They had a little bit of hope. And so in the playoffs, they played another one of the top defenses. They beat the Texans in a very low-scoring game. They had to go to Denver and, you know, handle their business as well.
That's all I'm saying. When they got to Denver, now Denver would have been that one where if they would have beat Denver, I'd have chose them in the Super Bowl.
You think so?
If they would have beat Denver, Denver was coming with it this year. So if they would have beat Denver, I'd have chose New England. But since they walked right into the Super Bowl because, you know, Bo Nix was hurt, I felt like Seattle was going to win that, because Seattle at least had a quarterback that had a 14-win season. Mm-hmm. They gave up on Sam Darnold, but he kind of reemerged with the Seahawks, and that goes to show never give up on yourself. Never stop believing in who you are. Andrew over here, Andrew is a Vikings fan. He over there shaking his head.
Are you going to buy a jersey?
They always looking for a quarterback, and they kind of lost out on Sam Darnold.
Yeah, I mean, it goes to show, again, in anything in life, bet on yourself. Obviously, if someone doesn't see your worth where you are, you should always, search for greener pastures where you can kind of prove yourself. And so Sam Darnold obviously signed a nice size contract, went, out there, and they had everything built around him. They drafted the right pieces. They had a really good young wide receiver, a lot of good safeties, a lot of good corners. There's Eamon Worry. There's a couple other guys on that defense. And they also signed Lawrence. They had everything in place. Great pass rush, great secondary. They could run the ball, and they also could throw it. You also had an established veteran wide receiver, Cooper Kupp, who I believe he had about 7 catches for 60 or so yards in the Super Bowl. But when you talk about the Seahawks run, they went through a tougher gauntlet, so there was nothing that they hadn't seen. They had played the Rams twice. They had to play the 49ers as well. There were a bunch of good teams that they beat on that run. And so the Super Bowl, I don't want to say it was a dud. If you're a football purist, it gave you everything that you kind of needed. You had a really low-scoring kind of defensive battle in the first half, and then obviously you had a couple exciting touchdowns. They put you on the edge of your seat for a little bit because Mac Hollins had that long touchdown. You're like, oh, now the Patriots magic is going to start happening. A lot of people kind of went back to that 28-3 kind of scenario.
The way Seattle was playing lights out, I knew that they were going to score. I already predicted that it was going to be like a 27-23 type game. So I already knew that New England was going to at least put up 2 or 3 scores. You know what I mean? So, but overall, the New England Patriots seemed like they was overmatched. They Seattle was more of a tough situation for them to figure out. And they got a young offense, a young quarterback at the helm. So I believe that New England will be better next year. He still got a lot of room to grow, and the defense package, he couldn't figure that out.
Yeah.
I think he was just throwing stuff up. When he did score, I think he was just throwing it up to me.
I mean, that's how it is. You play free, obviously, when you're down.
Make something happen.
Yeah, when you're down, it can't really get much worse. I think they're a piece or two away from kind of, being really fully able to compete. They need to do a little bit something different at left tackle. Will Campbell had a really, really tough game.
They had 2 rookies on the left side.
Yeah, and they struggled all day long. I think they gave up about 14 or so combined pass rushes or kind of pressures. And then you also look to the outer
that
portion
can be
of things.
fixed, though.
Yeah, you got Stephon Diggs. Stephon Diggs was the number 1 wide receiver. Very good player, talented.
Yeah, but Stephon was not even an impact. He didn't make an impact. Also, I heard that him and Cardi, it's rumors that they split. It's rumors that Stephon Diggs and Cardi split yesterday. But
you know how baby mama drama goes.
I did see that Cardi was having fun at the halftime show.
Right.
And somebody wrote on Facebook allegedly that Stephon was mad because they was losing and Cardi was out there partying while they was losing at the Super Bowl.
Well,
so I don't know. I don't know if that's true. I know people gonna pull stories out of nowhere just for clickbait. But are they together or not? Is that true?
Well, the rumor is apparently that one of his other BMs showed up in a jersey, and so she caught wind of it, which obviously, again,
at the practice.
Right. And as a man, you got to keep your baby mamas happy because at the end of the day, your kids are still in play at any moment. Not to say that people should ever use kids as weaknesses or any kind of...
At this point, she in a poly relationship.
I wouldn't say it's not polyamorous.
I think it's poly by default.
No,
because he got several kids on the way with her.
Right.
And he got to make sure that they comfortable too. So to me, by default, plus she's still married.
Yes, she is. So legally, yes.
This is a whole mess going on, but at the same time, she's still married. He got 4 or 5 women that said that they pregnant, even had a couple had the baby while the season was going on. And he's trying to maintain all of that and win the Super Bowl. And Cardi over there dancing at halftime, having fun, and they got zeros on the board.
I mean, it's tough. Everybody.
I'm just saying, it was a stressful situation.
If we're really thinking about it from a sports aspect, everybody on the roster, whether you're a role player or whether you're the star, you feel some type of way when the coach is showing a little bit more love to some players and some, again, if your kids are involved, you have to do anything. I won't say anything, but you got to keep your baby mamas happy. And so I understand where Cardi is coming from. It seems a little iffy to me for her to be there sporting a jersey and all the other stuff like that. It might be a little extra and over the top. And so there was also an interview. I think she hit the red carpet. I'm not sure if it was before the flag football game or whatever. And they asked if she had any kind of words for her man. And she was just like, good luck.
They said that she was already going through it with him at that point.
That's why they didn't win. He wasn't locked in. Cardi, she made it about herself, and the Patriots suffered as a result. That's what it kind of feels like. But you know how
allegedly there was supposed to be if the Patriots would have won, he would have got down on his knees and proposed to Cardi B.
He'd have hit the pump fake. I don't believe nothing that man say. We all would be fools to believe that he would make her the one out of all the others that came before her.
But what I'm saying is, this is what the script was. You know how they Travis Kelce and. You know, he didn't propose, but he got that kiss.
That's the BET version of Kelce and Swift.
Right.
If we being for real.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, it is. They tried to run it back, and it didn't work.
I don't know, man. Like I said, they'll be broken up today, and they'll be back together tomorrow. That's just kind of how it goes sometimes. Sometimes people do drastic things in order to need and to be heard. Sometimes people get blocked in order to be heard. I don't understand the science or the reasoning behind it, but it happens more often than you think.
But some people break up to make up, too.
And that's probably what the stage is.
You've been in a couple relationships where y'all broke up and then 2 days later y'all was back together.
I plead the fifth. But again, I see where she's coming from. Again, sometimes that's the only way, I guess, to make your man realize that you really might be, peeved or you might be disturbed by some of the things that they got going on. But all things aside, again, she made an appearance in the halftime show, and so that also drew a lot of controversy as well. A lot of people were thinking that the set was kind of too short, or that it kind of fell under, I guess, expectations. But I wanted to get your thoughts on that as well.
I didn't like the halftime show.
You didn't like it? What didn't you like about it?
I mean, I can say, I'm gonna keep it general.
I keep it real.
I'm gonna keep it general. It was like, I mean, for those that like that type of music, that's fine. And a lot of people didn't like Kendrick halftime show, so I don't have to like it. You know what I mean?
You don't.
But what I'm saying is, I just didn't. To me, it was a C. If I had to go from A, B, it was a C. It was like a C. I would even say a C minus to me. But a lot of people felt like it was a great show. But at the same time, I was like, yeah, I didn't have to watch that.
I'm gonna disagree with you.
Go right ahead.
I think for someone, again, I'm not someone that speaks Spanish, but I do come from a very prominent Spanish speaking neighborhood, and so that's kind of the music that I grew up listening to, hearing in the bodegas and stuff like that. So it was a nostalgic.
I mean,
I
got a song with the salsa in it, with the flavor. I like all of that, but I just didn't like what the halftime show. And I like that kind of music. Yeah. I deal with those situations in those where I go out and when I was out in Iowa and Minnesota, had a lot of friends that introduced me to that culture. But what I'm saying is, I just did not like that halftime show.
I don't know. I don't think it was sloppily put together.
And then I think the halftime commercials was trash. Like, it was only a few commercials that was okay. Those Super Bowl commercials. The Super Bowl commercials ain't what it used to be.
I mean, because you got to toe the line a little bit more, though. You can't be as raunchy as you used to be back in the day. Like, I think the tight ends commercial, I'm not sure if anyone remembers that one, where I think they were promoting people to go get tested for prostate
cancer.
The
Budweiser commercials with the frogs and all of that. Those were good commercials, like the Doritos. It used to look forward to the Doritos, the Budweiser. Now it's just a bunch of stuff that's going on, and it's
AI infomercials.
It's not even good. Like,
that's really what it is.
I mean, I think the commercials fell off, but they way more expensive now.
I mean, somebody on the back end is making money, whether it's funny or whether it's not.
But it just used to be good. I mean, I used to watch the Super Bowl for the game and the commercials and the halftime.
The world is changing as we know it.
It is changing. Well, when we come back, we'll have more Pop Culture Report, Truth Nation. We got GP in the studio. Stay locked in.
Yes, sir.
You are listening to The Tory Lowe Show on 101.7 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
In 1987, the Bucks took on the world and changed basketball forever.
At stake, basketball supremacy in the United States.
Bucks versus the World, narrated by Charlie Behrens, is the new season of Behind the Bucks podcast, presented by Gallagher, your trusted insurance broker and HR and benefits consultant. It's the untold story of the 1987 McDonald's Open, when the Bucks became the first NBA team to face the Soviet Union. Listen now on Bucks.com/plus, the Bucks app, the ESPN Wisconsin app, and wherever you get podcasts.
Hey y'all, it's 1017 The Truth's Rhea Riley for Sweet Talks Medical Spa in Menominee Falls. Skip the sterile clinical office feel. Sweet Talk stays on the cutting edge of beauty and wellness innovations in a vibrant, playful space promoting self-love and confidence. Sweet Talk specializes in a range of treatments, including injectables, medical-grade skincare, weight loss, hormone therapies, and more. Not sure where to start? Sweet Talks offers comprehensive wellness consultations to create a customized plan centered around you. Because at Sweet Talks, your goals are their goals. Learn more at sweettalks.com.
Do you hear that? And that? And that? Those are the sounds of a healthy and vibrant community. And to this United Way volunteer, nothing sounds better. They're the sounds of children being given greater chances to succeed in school. The sounds of neighbors receiving the support needed to overcome challenges, both big and small. They're the sounds of families gaining access to quality health care and nutritious food for their tables. And they're the sounds of members of our community who've benefited from United Way's financial education programs. See, wherever there's a need in our communities, there's a United Way. People working together to respond and growing the good for everyone. United is the way. So join us by getting involved or giving back. Learn more at unitedway.org.
When you're high, you feel different. Pretty obvious, right? You think different, talk different, but if you feel different, you drive different. So if you're high, just don't drive. Brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
Happy kids heal faster, and that's why Starlight is dedicated to improving the mental well-being of sick kids across the U.S. Learn how at starlight.org.
Hurt by a truck? Call Gruber offices. One call, that's all.
This is the Tori Lowe Show on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
In the trenches, but the footprint still deep. Every step weigh a kilo. Every breath costs a key. So before you press the tweet button, think of me like PTSD. Cause the last one who wanted smoke still ain't getting no RIP.
I got goons that don't rap. They just wrap up the work. Face tatted, no caption. They put cash in the dirt. I'm the plug to the plug. I'm the moon to the tide. When I speak, prices move. Wall Street on
1017 The Truth, Tori Lowe Show. GP in studio.
What it do?
GP. What else is going on out here in these pop culture streets?
So this is something that we saved for a couple days, but pretty much Cam Newton, who's been known to say some very controversial things, he had a guest on his show or his podcast, Funky Friday, Dimitri Wiley, and so they pretty much were talking about all things friendship, love, and life. And so Dimitri kind of posed the question to Cam Newton about him having friends who are women. And Cam Newton basically alluded to the fact that he wouldn't want any woman around him that he wasn't involved with romantically.
I saw this.
And so it kind of went into the question of, can men and women be platonic, or can we just, kind of strictly keep it as friends?
Men and women are platonic all the time. If you go to work with somebody, y'all not in a relationship, y'all cool. If you go to church with somebody, y'all, you go out all the time with people that you are platonic with.
Right.
But what you talking about in close quarters, like best buddies, like friends hanging out.
People you choose to be around outside of work and, any other religious kind of affiliations or any other kind of groups that you decide to join.
Now, I say yes.
Okay.
But if you a dog.
Bro.
What they say, I'm a dog, I'm a mutt. If you one of them cats that, you got to have, you got to have everything that you see, then it might be hard for you to pull that off. I know some people that cannot be around females without flipping heads and tails.
Well, that's what I'm saying. See, you know how we kind of operate in our neighborhood or in our community. If you go to a cookout, you don't eat everybody food. Some people don't make the macaroni salad the way, grandma used to make it. They don't bake the mac and cheese how it's supposed to be baked. And so everything or everyone that you hang out, whether it's, female or men, you shouldn't feel obligated or even try to get with everybody that you're around. Sometimes you need people for a different perspective.
Right.
I think that's why I see that men and women are able to coexist platonically. I have a lot of friends in my life who we've never tried to make any advances with each other, but I need them for other certain things. I got a homegirl, cheap game nights, whole family dinners, all types of wholesome things like that. And so I learn, again, this is going to sound terrible, but I learn what I want in a woman from being around someone that I strictly see as a friend. It gives me a different perspective.
The thing is, you got to have self-control.
Absolutely.
I mean, and you got to know what you want, too. Like I said, I never had a problem with just saying, hey, look, I like you, know what I mean? But I do have self-control where I'd be like, that's not going to happen. It's not just a male thing. It's females that can't control themselves either.
That is true.
It's male and female that do it. But I think that you got to have some friends from the opposite sex that you're not in a relationship with, a physical relationship with, because then you can get the information and the cues and the they can give you certain things that a male friend can't give you.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I like the fact that I have women that I haven't had a physical relationship with that's around me all the time, because I get to see the other side of women. You know, and I learned that people can have friends for 20 years, but they can't keep a relationship for 6 months.
Mm-hmm.
So sometimes I just want to be in that 20-year situation with people, knowing that I'm safe.
No, well, that's the thing.
Yeah, I could have some of the most beautiful women around me, and I'm safe because we're friends. Matter of fact, when we go out, people don't know. They think I'm the man. Hey, you got these girls around, you must got it going on.
And I'm telling you, yeah, that happens all the time. Again, not to say that it's like a reputation boost or anything like that, but that happens to me a lot. I go out with some of my homegirls who obviously looking right, dressed well, and I got homies checking in with me. I ran into, one of the homies. I was with some girls or whatever. He asked me, hey, is that free game? I'm like, I'm not her owner. I don't take, I'm not in control of any of the situation. If you want to spit game, spit game. But they obviously weren't interested, and they got to respect, it is what it is. But
just don't disrespect my friend because she said no, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Because now you infringing on the respect level.
Yeah.
And some people be like, oh, when they get rejected, some people can't take rejection and you can't do that. So like, even if I'm around my female friends, my job is still to protect them. Mm-hmm. To a high degree, even from my friends, if they get rejected or try to call them out their name, get all nasty, it ain't for to happen like that.
Yeah, that keeps me on my P's and Q's. And again, I also understand kind of where Cam Newton is coming from. I don't like to agree with him often because he does say some very outlandish things, but as a man...
He came off thirsty.
Well, that's the thing. You have to know as a man...
He can't control himself.
But you got to be honest about yourself.
And this is what if people who want to take you down can see that you can't control yourself... They gonna send something thick over there.
They gonna send a trap at you.
They gonna send the trap at you, and since you got that mentality, you gonna end up falling off. All I gotta do is send something nice over there at you, and next thing you know, you in a scandal.
But that's
what happened with Shannon Sharp.
Yeah, but that's the problem. Some of these men are overly going, but Cam Newton, he obviously knows that he's overly going, and so he talks about it. I can't have these women around me because I know exactly what my plans are and what my intentions are. Sometimes you gotta limit distractions.
He a dog.
Also. You got to limit distractions, though, in order to kind of progress and, keep going on.
I'm trying to tell you, that's that dog mentality. You just got to hump on everything that's around. Like Bobby Brown said, ain't nobody humping around.
But no, I truly think, again, there's a lot of people that think because of whatever kind of makeup or, emotional intelligence that both sides might have, or how men see things and how women see things, that they can't
just looking at every woman like you want to hunch on it.
Sometimes it's a lot of people out like that. I'm telling you.
But what I'm saying is, it's a backside to that. It's
that's some trauma.
It's STDs out here. It's all this other stuff. Like you got to be careful. You got to make sure that you understand what you're getting involved with.
Yeah, well, there's a chemistry or there's a kind of chemical imbalance too as well. Like when you involve yourself with someone so wholly, again, there's STDs, there's children, there's that mind-body connection that a lot of people don't talk about. You are essentially exchanging souls with someone when you get, that intimate with someone. And so a lot of people don't think about everything that comes with it before you go for it. You just go for that immediate pleasure and that that instant gratification. And sometimes
you out there hunting.
It's really not worth it. I'd have been in plenty of scenarios where I done messed up a couple friendships. When I was younger, thinking she look good, I look good, she want me, I might as well. Right. But sometimes you got to know yourself enough to say no. You got to avoid what could potentially make you happy in the short term.
But it's ego too, because a lot of people feel like, okay, I want the baddest, the most finest thing in the room. Mm-hmm. I don't care if she married. I don't care if she got a boyfriend. I don't care if she's single. I got it. My ego.
Got to knock it down, yeah.
And that's what Cam was coming off, that his ego is like, I can get in any woman I feel like getting,
And it's a shallow mindset.
And that's an ego. Yeah. And many times you're going to find out the hard way. Once you get in that spotlight, some people going to work on the back end to make sure they feed that ego. And I wouldn't be surprised if 2 or 3 years from now, Cam is in the same situation as Sterling Sharp.
Well, he already got like 11.
Not Sterling Sharp, Shannon Sharp.
Yeah, I think he got like 11 or so like kids already. And so he's known to be promiscuous and kind of get out there and talk to multiple women at a time.
But he don't care about that because, they buy these chains for $300,000. They don't care about the kids. It's about collection.
Yeah.
I done collected all these females. You think women want to trap men? Some men trying to trap women because this is my collection.
Well, he talked about it also before, though. Or 9 kids, correction. Yeah, correction. 9 kids, not 11. But he also alluded to this in the past. I'm not sure what the exact kind of quote is, but he pretty much, I think there was a situation where he sat down with a woman and he was like, I need to know her roster before I kind of step out there so I don't, end up
run
like
into somebody that already didn't got her.
Yeah, but if you weren't that
by having a child with her or something like that.
Yeah, but if you weren't that worried about, getting with her in the first place, you wouldn't have to come back to that insecure place of knowing exactly who and when and where. That's a real weird mindset in the first place. Because the number really not going to stop you from trying to accomplish what you accomplish. It's just an ego thing on you. You don't want nobody else to feel like they had something you had.
Look, it reminds me how dogs mark their territory.
On the fire hydrant
and this
trees.
Is what they be doing. This is a lot of people want these trophies. Mm-hmm. It's like an award. Once you get in the award system, you got to get the next award. So the woman only becomes the next trophy. And that's what they do.
Yeah.
That's why everybody almost date the same people when they get in a certain celebrity space. They date all the hot chicks because they trying to conquer or say, my game is just as big as your game. I got your woman. The woman you got came to me. Like, this is all this extra that goes on when you a celebrity or you got a huge ego. And I think that many times it's hard to settle down once you get in that trophy system where every so often you gotta put another head on the wall.
Well, that's the thing. If you always constantly searching for gold medals and some of your gold medals turn out to be participation trophies, you feel me? You always gonna be on the chase if you're, that kind of person. But it's a shallow mindset again. Not every woman that you meet is not, I won't say worthy, but sometimes you just gotta know better. Some people offer you better things from a mental kind of perspective or an objective kind of mindset. Again, I have a lot of homegirls that I go to for advice, whether it's dating life or whether it's kind of just, progressing. There's a lot of valuable things that you can learn from having friends who are the opposite sex of you.
And I think that it's powerful when you can keep somebody for the intellect instead of the physical, because sometimes people offer the physical and never get to the mental. So you don't even know what possibilities. This person could have had a good business idea. This person could have been a good asset to your life, but yet you reduce them down to something physical, and once they walk away, you don't get those gifts that they have that could have contributed to a better outcome for your future.
Yeah, you sacrifice 10 to 15 minutes for, a lifetime of knowledge or a lifetime of friendship. And so sometimes the 10 minutes don't even be worth it. I don't know how long people out here doing it for, but so be it. I don't know.
I'm a dog on my mutt.
It's a good song, too.
Hey, look, I appreciate you, GP, for the Pop Culture Report.
As always.
Hey, look, when we come back, Truth Nation, we got guests. Stay locked in.
We got some news for you. Sister Bailey.
Yes.
Inform Truth Nation.
Yes.
What is coming and what they need to do.
They need to mark their calendars.
Yes.
For Friday, February 20th, for the second annual Truth Community Awards.
Read.
Hosted by Home of Love.
Yes.
And your girl, Bailey Coleman.
Talk to me.
Celebrating individuals making a real difference in our community. And here's the important part.
Yes.
Tickets are on sale now. Visit 1017thetruthAwards.com to learn more. Woo! 5:30 to 8 p.m. at Venue 3.
We gonna be there. We gonna be there. We gonna be there. We gonna be there.
The Truth Community Awards are presented by Potawatomi Casino Hotel, Gruber Law Offices, Steinhoffels, Milwaukee College Prep, Cousin Subs, Venue 3 at the 3rd Street Market Hall, and the Milwaukee Bucks Foundation.
When I was diagnosed with Hodgkin lymphoma, I had so many questions. I didn't even know that it was cancer. Now I do. It is cancer. Blood cancer. It's actually one of more than 100 different types, and they're all treated differently. Now, unlike some other forms of cancer, usually there's no tumor. You can't screen for it to prevent it, and the symptoms can look like other things, so it could be hard to diagnose. I had a fever for weeks. I was so tired all the time. I didn't feel like eating or doing anything else for that matter. And I know that this can feel scary. But if you know what to look out for, you'll know what to tell your doctor. And you'll feel more empowered to take the next steps. Like getting in touch with the people who know the ins and outs and can help with everything blood cancer related. Blood Cancer United. They work one-on-one with each person who reaches out to answer questions and offer resources. Blood Cancer United was there for me, and they can be there for you.
Go to bloodcancerunited.org to learn more.
I take care of the kids, and I take care of my dad. I take care of things at work. The groceries, the cleanups, the meltdowns, the doctor's visits, the family events, mealtimes, bedtimes. I take care of all the things everyone else needs. But I haven't made time to take care of what I need.
Family caregivers are often overloaded. It can feel overwhelming and exhausting. It's no surprise that millions of caregivers experience symptoms of anxiety and depression every year. But help is available, because there may only be one you, but you don't have to do it alone. Head to mentalhealthcareworks.org. That's mentalhealthcareworks.org to learn how to get the support you deserve, because mental health care works when you make the call. If you're experiencing a mental health crisis or thoughts of suicide, dial 988, a message from the American Psychiatric Association Foundation.
Breaking news, weather, entertainment, and sports. We have it all here. This is 101.7 FM, 1510 AM, WGKB Waukesha, and W269DL Milwaukee, a locally owned Good Karma brand station.
Justice, Wisconsin, the truth. The most requested advocate in the state. 101.7 FM. The movement continues. Yeah. Milwaukee, stand up. It's Tory Lowe, the truth. From 1 to 4, we about that action, so tap in and let's go. We want that justice. We want all the smoke. From Monday through Friday, trying to bring the city hope. Yeah. Tory Lowe from 1 to 4, Monday through Friday, let's go. We bout that action from the block, and we ready, let's go. Tap in, and it ain't no holding back. We ready.
101.7 The Truth. Tory Lowe Show. We got guests. Thank you for joining me for the second hour. We got Montre in studio. We was trying to do something last time. Friday? You tried to call in. Get his mic on, Andrew. Friday, you got a program, and I like the program. You got a program for kids to learn.
Yes.
Once you pull the trigger, this is the pain you cause.
Yes.
Or think about before you get out here and do something that can cause pain. You got a whole program, and you left me some of the pamphlets. That was powerful.
Yes.
That was powerful. And so I wanted you to come in because we got to have something when it comes to gun violence. We got to have something when it comes to these kids.
The program isn't only for kids, it's for adults and juveniles.
Well, you're right. Adults do be acting wild too, yeah.
And the reason we had to do that is because you heal a child and send it into a sick home. So it's just like you do all of this work to change their thinking, and then you have somebody to come back and deprogram responsible thinking to irrational thinking.
Right. I agree.
Yes.
Well, I saw some of the stuff on the news, and I wanted to bring you in because you have a family member that lost his life to violence.
Yes, a brother.
I seen you on the news several times talking about that. What triggered you to come up with this from that?
Okay, Tori, as you may know, I myself was a product of the streets. I've served over 25 years of incarceration. And at some point, I met a social worker by the name of Guillermo Goins. And he said, Monty, you can be a part of the problem or a part of the solution. Mm-hmm. And for some reason, that stuck with me. And so coming home 16 years ago, I said, I'm going to be a part of the solution. I'm tired of being a part of the problem. Mm-hmm. But I still remember those street codes, eye for an eye, hold court in the streets, real niggas don't snitch, and different stuff like that. Right. My brother was also a product of that system, and he died by that system. Okay. Him and a guy had an altercation. He shot my brother, and years and years later, he come back and he finished the job.
Wow.
Shot him 15 times.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
And it's crazy because my brother had just got out of incarceration, and he helped me put together conference called Man Healing Man, and he was going for domestic violence training to become a facilitator. This is a guy that lived by the street codes.
Mm-hmm.
And so to see him ready to change his life, you know, it really hurts, because who knows the lives he could have changed if he was here.
When you have a situation where someone in your family as close as a brother loses their life to homicide in the city, many times we go through the channels. What can be done? Who do we need to call?
Well, in this case, Tori, you had several guys that's street call me and we're gonna take care of this, and I'm like, nope, because you addressing that is gonna end up being you in a 6x8 cell away from your children who are gonna have to live without a father. There's no trophies, there's no award, there's nothing for it. You go seek revenge, and guess what?
Right.
The outcome is you sacrificing yourself to a life of pain, and you leaving behind others to a life of pain.
You got an attorney working with you on this situation.
Yes.
President of MKE Crime Stoppers, Michael Hupy.
Yeah, Michael Hupy.
Michael Hupy is on the lines right now. How you doing, Michael Hupy?
Good afternoon. I'm doing well.
Hey, thank you for coming on the show today. President of MKE Crime Stoppers as well. I appreciate you for the work that you're doing and putting out rewards for people to give information to try to solve a lot of these crimes.
Yes, I have. I've paid a $25,000 and a $50,000 reward already to solve the murders of 2 children.
Mm-hmm.
I now have $200,000 in rewards pending, including Monty's brother, and we hope that we make a difference. You know, in the country last year, the large cities had a 21% drop in homicides. Milwaukee had an increase in homicides. So we all need to work together and solve the problem.
Well, I'll say this. Every little bit count. Many times when we talk about dealing with the violence in the community, we've many times got to run up against the no snitching, or community members are afraid to come forward due to the violence that took place. They probably don't, or probably have fear that they may be next. But due to the efforts of Crime Stoppers and people that are out here encouraging others to come forward and give information, I think that this is one of the vehicles that overall is helping fight against what we're seeing as tragic crime.
And another advantage of Crime Stoppers is you are totally anonymous from the time you give the tip till the time you get your reward. No one ever knows who you are. The person who commits the crime goes to jail, possibly, and you get a reward. So there's no downside.
For arrest and conviction?
No, just an arrest.
Oh, so for the arrest. Okay, that's what's up. So how did you get involved with Monty?
I have been involved with Monty for 16 years through my law firm, Hupy and Abraham. We have an event where he gives away, through Voice of the Fatherless Child, Christmas presents to families. And we go to Home Depot with Monty and we buy presents and distribute them.
You know what I like about what Monty is doing? Last time he was on the show, he had a play about Kia Boys.
Yes.
And he was trying to reach the youth. Now he's back with another program to reach youth, adults, a 10-week program to try to just give people some kind of wisdom and understanding about this gun violence and the effects that it have on the people.
Very good idea.
I thought that was a powerful idea.
I look at it from the perspective of the cause and effect. Your actions causes someone else to how they act, how they experience pain, how they experience grief, never taking into account from your perspective. Like I told you, Tori, there's 3 questions. It's actually 4, but I saved the 4th question for the guys that come to the sessions. And the 3 questions, the first one is, what is your expiration date on revenge, vengeance, or get back? Meaning, when do you stop seeking that? And then the second one is, if you're changing, if they're changing their life, do you still have to get your revenge, your get back, your vengeance? And the third one is, if you were changing, would you want grace or death? Would you want them to get their get back, or would you want them to give you a pass of grace?
Hey, that's something to think about when you're young, to get those seeds planted. Because many times when I see adults acting a certain way, they've been told, many times. But these young people, they say get them while they're young so those seeds can grow and flourish.
So you have what's called social conditioning. So our social conditioning, our background is a little boy that's raised on 14th and Keith with other boys and predominantly gang environment. And they pick up these gang rules and protocols and laws that they live by and they die by. But you get them so very young and they're imputed into you and you raised to believe, hey, this is the only way, there's no other way. When there's all kind of options. For example, you have Tom, who lives in Glendale. You have Junebug, who lives on 24th and Center. Okay, if you rob Junebug on 24th and Center, Junebug doesn't call the police. He has to get his get back. So he goes out, he acts violent, he takes out the person that robbed him. He ends up going to jail. He loses 2 ways. He loses for being robbed, and he loses because he's in jail now. So who father his children? Who loves his wife in his absence?
Right.
Who drives his car? Who lives in his home? Do you kind of catch what I'm saying? But Tom, that lives in Glendale, he calls the police. He goes home. He's still with his family. He's still with his wife. He get to raise his kids. He go to work the next day.
Right.
He eats what he wants. He enjoyed life. The difference is Junebug is a snitch and Tom is a responsible person.
Right.
Because we have this mindset that if you go to the police, you're a snitch.
Living in these gangster fantasies. What did Coolio say? They spending most of my life living in the gangster's paradise.
Yes.
He tried to tell you.
Yeah.
And Michael Hupy is on the lines. I want to get his final thoughts before we run the break. What do you want to say to those that are listening out here when it comes to the violence in the community and where we should be right now as far as going into 2026?
The name of our organization is Crime Stoppers. The first thing I want to do is stop crime, convince people that might commit a murder or other crime not to do it. The second thing we do if we fail at our first attempt is we pay people to help us solve crimes anonymously. And I would ask everybody to take what I said very seriously. We have Crime Stoppers organizations all over the country, and we need to work with Milwaukee because we're falling behind.
Hey, look, when we come back, I want to get another conversation going. I want to know more about this program. And when we come back, I think we got more guests that's going to be joining us, people that are a part of the program as well.
Yes, they are.
Hey, look, when we come back, we'll have more conversation. Truth Nation, stay locked in.
More of the Tori Lowe Show is next on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
He's serious.
Need a way to hype up your day?
Hello, is this Shirley?
This is she.
Shirley, you are our Gruber 5K giveaway winner this quarter. Congratulations.
What would you do with $5,000?
Going to look at buying me a pickup truck. That will be some of my down payment.
Stay tuned into 1017 The Truth for your chance to be entered into the Gruber Law Office's 5K giveaway. For contest rules, visit 1017thetruth.com.
I love you guys.
Life
Life's better with Drive My Way from American Family Insurance because we know it's more than just a car. It's your escape pod, your adventure mobile, your memory maker. And we help protect the dreams that drive you. Personalize what you pay for auto insurance and you could save between 10 and 35%. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products, pricing, and availability vary based on the way you purchase insurance and by state. Unsafe driving behaviors may increase your rate. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating companies, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
We need to optimize the PID controller for smoother robotic movements.
Our data analysis shows a significant correlation between the variables in both control groups.
The test shows you've experienced an acute myocardial infarction.
As you'll see on the syllabus, this course will largely focus on the Mesozoic era.
Get your child the access every child deserves. Enroll your K through 8th grade child by February 28 at Milwaukee College Prep, mkeprep.com/enroll.
Many of our most important memories are made at school. But for children like Victoria, the classroom can be a place of fear and isolation. She wore a bandage over her cleft every day, too shy to speak, too afraid to smile. Everything changed after one life-transforming surgery made possible by Smile Train. Today, Victoria's smile lights up her classroom, a symbol of confidence, connection, and new beginnings. Due to stigma, children with untreated clefts often miss out on school entirely. But thanks to Smile Train, students like Victoria are stepping into the classroom, raising their hands, and finding their voice. Smile Train partners with local experts to support with free cleft surgeries and other comprehensive care, empowering children to thrive in school and in life. Let's help every child walk into the classroom with confidence. Visit smiletrain.org/learn.
This is the Tori Lowe Show on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Tryna do what I want, do what I feel. Tryna do what I want, do what I feel. Sipping the lemonade, hot like a skillet. This is my town, this is my city. I'm tryna give you the scoop.
1017 The Truth. Tori Lowe Show. Look, we got a great program that is available for the youth, for the people in the community. I Will Not Die to Gun Violence. The LaTroy Harris Initiative.
And we're really making sure that we know it's the LaTroy Harris Initiative, because we also have an agency, Muhib, that I Will Not Die Young. And,
right.
Yeah, and me and him
the I Will Not Die Young campaign,
Yeah, and me and him are going to meet later on because we're trying to figure out how to collaborate this.
Okay, that's what's up. Collaboration is powerful as well.
Yes.
I just want to know, how is this working? Who is the desired audience for this?
So the desired audience is any and everyone that chooses to possess or use a gun illegally. Our goal isn't for people to give up their Second Amendment right to bear arms. However, we don't want them to bear them illegally. We don't want them to give up any rights. However, we want those that possess firearms that could potentially use them and harm someone that illegally. We are against that. We don't promote that, and we're looking for referrals from the court, the police, parole and probation, juvenile system, alternative schools, and parents. So we're willing to take on anyone. We're not going to discriminate against anyone. We're going to try to reach them.
That's what's up. And we got Phyllis Reed from the new Golden Gate Funeral Home in studio. How you doing, Phyllis?
I'm fine.
Now, how are you a part of this program?
Well, first of all, Monty and I go way back a long time. When he came to us on a personal note and asked us how we got on it was because, first of all, his brother passed. So he came into us and trusted us to handle his brother's service, which we gladly did. After the service, he brought to us this whole initiative plan and brought to us. And, of course, we were happy to join board with him. We said yes when he told us about it, what we would do as part of this initiative. So we basically just jumped on. And we're here now to try to figure out what we need to do to help move forward this situation.
And so there's a component where I see that kids get to see what it's like for families to go through this type of situation through the funeral aspect. And you provide the casket, I'm sure.
Yes.
The whole funeral experience.
Yeah. Why is that important?
A lot of times, some families have not had a chance to really experience a funeral, even to see another loved one doing regular death process. Nevertheless, to see it as an act of violence, and that's happening a lot now in the city. So when he asked us, and we've worked on him with the many initiatives on many other programs and other levels before, providing him caskets and doing mock services for him, it just gives people a chance to actually see and probably, what actually entailed the whole process, the grieving process, how it affects families, how it affects, other people coming to see these type of things. Like I said, some people may never even experience it at a young age going to a funeral. Nowadays, you have more younger people that are dying and more younger people are at these services now.
Right.
So they need to see what's happening and to see the effects of the people that are there because of someone dying, someone dying tragically, someone dying at a young age. So it all brings things together and give them a chance to actually see what's going on.
So when do these classes start? How can people be a part of it?
So what we're doing now is we're trying to get all of the resources together, the funding together, and the referrals together. My hope is March 1st. I don't want to set on it and it just becomes one of those initiatives that fade away. And to add to what Phyllis was saying, the grieving process, the planning of the funeral, seeing that loved one. So what we do is we create a case for every individual. So they might be the victim, they might be the victimizer. So we want them to see it from two different perspectives. The pain that you cause as a victimizer, the pain that you experience as a loved one. Because the only person that hurts are the people that's left behind. The person that's gone, they're gone.
Right.
But the people that left behind are the people that have to live with the grief and the pain and the incarceration.
And many times, a lot of people don't realize what they have done until they pull the trigger. Like, they get emotionally impulsive, they get the high blood pressure. But once you take that aim and shoot, your life changes forever.
Yes,
your life will never be the same after that. And the family's life, the people that you affected.
Yeah, because you in that bullpen talking about, damn, why did I do this?
Right.
you in that cup.
You'll never be the same again.
Yeah.
Nobody has ever went through that process and stayed or continued to be the person they were before they pulled the trigger.
Yes. And so even with the guy Antonio Brown who killed my brother, they're still looking for him.
Right.
And I have no ill heart towards him and the family and individuals that stand behind me. We came to a understanding that we're not seeking revenge. We're just seeking justice. And the reason being because this cycle has to stop somewhere. Someone has to see someone strong enough to say, hey, we want to see change.
Right.
Yeah.
And through teaching and education. Now, where these events are going to be held? Well, is there a location or y'all working on it?
We have locations. But we're looking for a stable location.
Okay.
So we've been in the 310 building. We've been in 4900 West Fond du Lac.
Okay.
We've been in a number of locations.
So it's going on right now?
Well, I've started with working. See, I do domestic violence facilitation. And some of these guys are guys that carry guns and had guns in their domestic relationships. So it gave me a chance to test the curriculum that I wrote to see how it would affect them. And if I could have brought one of them today, you'd be amazed.
Right. We're going, like I said, we're going to keep following this program throughout the year, because why? We got to make sure that we are letting people know that there are ideas out here that can help. You know, many times when we talk about what is available, it's always like, okay, like you said, a lot of these initiatives kind of, they come up and then nobody knows what took place. Is there a website that people can go to?
We haven't created a website yet. We're in the process. We're in the process of the website. We're in process of promotion, where you can go and you can find access to us. However, you can simply go on Facebook and find me, and we can get you in. We can get you started.
Well, how do they follow you on Facebook then, if they want to keep up with you?
It's called Voice, VOICE, of Many. Of Many is one word, OFMANE. I mean NY. So Voice of Many. Or either they can simply call the office at 414-306-2107.
And Phyllis, I appreciate you for coming in. What do you want to say to those that are listening right now when it comes to 2026 and where we should be when it comes to gun violence?
It's a lot to be said about that, because it not only affects, like he said, the person that they kill, but it also affects the families itself, and it puts a lot of strain on the families too, when it comes to that, even financially. I just hope that with the program that Monty's putting together, along with us helping him with this initiative to get it going, that it just families start really sitting back and thinking about the cause and effect of their actions, because there's always a cause and effect. Because even when it comes to the families, both families are going to be hurt, because they're going to lose their loved one to incarceration, or even that person who pulled that trigger may have retaliation against them, and then they die to gun violence themselves. Just like the families that they've done these things to, they too are in pain. They lost a loved one. Like I said, they're going to deal with things financially. It's just a domino effect, and it touches everyone.
Well, Phyllis, I got to get you back on here, because I need to have a whole conversation about people not even being insured.
That's a whole nother conversation. And when it comes to these we tell people when they come to our funeral home, and even now, we tell them they need to come in and sit down with us, discuss their future, discuss about pre-planning. It is much better. It saves a lot at the end, and it gives them knowledge as well. We're here to help the community. When people come to us, we have different programs we make to help them to get their funeral service paid for, as well as we're here. It doesn't matter how much you have or how little you have. Reed's New Golden Gate has always been for the community. My father has been in the business. He's deceased now, but he was in the business over 40 years in the city of Milwaukee, and he's done a lot for the city, and we're trying to keep the legacy going. And we're here for the community. Like I said, Monty came to us with this. I've been knowing him for a long time. We've helped him on other projects. Anybody else who have any type of projects they want and they need help, we're there to help the community as well.
Monty, I'm going to let you get the last words before we get out of here, before we run the break.
Well, what my last words would be, Phyllis didn't tell y'all this. It's difficult to hold funerals to victims of gun violence. A lot of funeral homes will not accommodate you. However, after speaking with them, they feel that any family deserve their family to have a home going. And that's one thing that really stuck out for me, is the fact that they didn't reject it, they accommodated, and then they made it happen. So,
we made it safe.
Yes,
we made it safe.
Yes, they made it safe.
That's what's up.
We made it safe.
Well, I thank y'all for coming through. We're going to have to keep an eye on this, Monty. We're going to have to keep an eye on the people that are involved, the families, the before and the after.
Okay.
Keep us in all of that, in the whole loophole. When you get the website, when you start recruiting, let me know.
Okay.
And also, we got to get you in here, Phyllis, for just some information when it comes to being prepared. No parent should have to bury their child, but that's what's happening. And we got to get prepared for that, too.
And we see more and more of that every day. We definitely do.
All right. Well, thank y'all for stopping through.
Thank you for having us.
Powerful.
Thank you for having us.
Hey, look, when we come back, Truth Nation, we'll have more conversations. Stay locked in.
You are listening to The Tory Lowe Show on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Life isn't a single moment. It's a shared ribbon that bends through the years. It binds us to the things and people we love most. One insurance company knows this because they live it. For 100 years, we've been with your family for the moments that matter most. Erie Insurance.
Find a local agent at erieinsurance.com.
Hi, I'm Brittany Miller from Big Frog Custom T-Shirts and more. Custom T-shirts, sweatshirts, jackets, hats, you name it, we can do it. Big Frog Custom T-Shirts and more is family owned and all about celebrating life's big moments. Maybe it's a milestone birthday, a celebration for your child's first goal, or that work fundraising event. We are everyone's printer. No minimum orders, affordable designs, and help straight from me and our team. We're the one-stop shop for all your custom needs. Start your project today at bigfrog.com/Mequon.
You served behind the desk.
You served in combat.
You did 4 years and got out.
You were drafted.
You gave 20 years.
You gave exactly what your country needed.
And so did you.
When you raised your hand and swore an oath to your country, when you put your name on a dotted line, you became part of only 1% of Americans who did the same. You are a veteran.
You are a veteran.
You are a veteran. Because no matter when, where, or how you served, you made a sacrifice for your country, and you deserve support.
If you're struggling with life after service, don't wait. Reach out.
Reach out to a loved one, to a fellow veteran, to VA.
Find resources at va.gov/reach.
Brought to you by the United States Department of Veterans Affairs and the Ad Council.
Teachers are dynamic leaders, shaping a new generation. They bring a variety of perspectives from diverse backgrounds, innovating how they teach to prepare students for our fast-changing world. Achieving this takes skill and expertise. They're tireless explorers, creatively discovering a universe of solutions, telling stories, experimenting, inspiring, mentoring, connecting cultures, and connecting with each other. Leading by example. Experience the unique joy of helping students thrive. Teaching is a journey that shapes lives. Are you ready to begin? Explore teaching at teach.org, a campaign supported by the U.S. Department of Education, Teach.org, and 1 million teachers of color.
This Associated Bank Sports Update on 1017 The Truth is powered by ESPN Milwaukee. I'm Nazir Spencer. After a long losing streak, the Milwaukee Bucks finally get their first 3-game win streak this year with a win versus the Pacers on Friday. Bobby Portis on playing during the trade deadline.
You know, obviously, it's always a lot that's on your mind, obviously, coming into the trade deadline. Guys get moved different places, and, you know, being here for 6 years now, definitely didn't want to find a new home. This is home for me, so.
The Bucks acquired former Nets guard Cam Thomas off waivers this weekend for likely bench help. The Bucks are in Orlando tonight to play the Magic at 6:30. In men's college basketball, Badgers lost in OT to Indiana 78-77 on Saturday. Marquette beat Butler 70-55, and UWM lost to Northern Kentucky 67-62. All teams are back at it tomorrow night. This sports update brought to you by Associated Bank, proudly supporting your hometown teams, member FDIC.
This is the Tory Lowe Show on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
We out here fighting for the people. What we doing? We out here fighting for the people. Tory Lowe, part 1. We out here fighting for the people. We out here fighting for the people. I can make a sequel. All these murders is getting lethal. Low. We out here fighting for the people. It's like a slaughterhouse, and we need a water drought. They tryna wipe us out. We out here fighting for the people.
101.7 The Truth, Tory Lowe Show. Powerful conversation. Salute to the programs that they're trying to develop to help fight against gun violence. I Will Not Die to Gun Violence, the LaTroy Harris Initiative. Salute to everybody that's trying to, do what they can or what is on their heart to make things better in our community. Salute to the brothers and sisters on the front lines. We got Blake. He wants to add to the conversation. How you doing, Blake?
I'm all right, man. Just healing up from my car accident. I'm all right, though.
Oh,
once again,
prayers goes out to you for healing.
Yeah, I got hit by a dually dude, a F-350 a couple weeks ago, and he came through on 35th and Cherry on 35th through the stop sign doing like 60, smashed me. I was at work.
Oh, wow.
But I'm blessed. I'm good. We looking for him now. So I can't do nothing now, you know what I mean? I got to sit still. I want to go to the hood and look for him, but I can't. But when death come to your house, man, my condolences to Monty. I dealt with Monty a little bit when we were doing the fatherhood initiative thing with Terrence Ray. And he's good people, man. And I hate that happened to his family. But when death touched your house, like when it happened to my great niece, the dude who killed her, he got 6 years. He got 3 in, 3 out. He's getting ready to be released. I don't want to be nowhere around dude. You know what I'm saying? He been around my niece since she was 7 years old. She was 14. He was 28. He had no business around her. You know, she had a cap gun. He shot her in the head, blew her brains out. And Tamara Brumfield, I'm going to say her name again, Tamara Brumfield. Dude is getting out. And I got to deal with that. Like my sister, that's her granddaughter. Her mama, that's her daughter. But I'm the uncle. I'm the anchor in the family. And I had to, everything that Monty said that he's doing, I had to go through that by myself. I had to learn how not to kill people and vengeance myself, let alone what happened to my daughter and a family member. We got a family reunion coming up this year, and they got to have the police there because they don't know what I'm going to do. Because my cousin touched my child, and now 6 years later, she married, got 2 kids, don't even want me around her and her kids because I couldn't kill my cousin. But yet still the family not doing nothing to do. And he out here.
And you know, that's a lot of pressure too, because sometimes you feel like as a man to protect. And many times I always try to tell people, like, you know how many people I have to talk off the ledge every day on a consistent basis. You know.
Yeah, and I don't need no gun to get nobody. That's even worse. I'm more dangerous. And I know that. So anything happen to somebody that didn't cross me, the police coming to get me.
Of course.
I already know that.
Of course. And you
know what I'm saying? Because I didn't tell them.
But you're going to be a worse asset to the family, a worse asset to the family. And when you're being behind bars, right?
My cousin, I mean, cut you off. My cousin did 10 days. My kid's mama was a custodial parent. He did the 10 days. She didn't sign the paperwork. That's how I knew he was sleeping with her. And my point is, but dude slept with my daughter, and I couldn't defend my child. Last thing a man want to do can't defend his child. And then, like, when the death come in the family, you want to defend your honor. When I got shot, and I shot the dude that almost killed the dude that shot me, I'm blessed to be not going to hell. You know? But I'm trying to find somebody to help me, and I've been helping myself with the grace of God. So, Monty, I hear you, man. And if you need another iron in the fire, or if I need a book or a page to turn, y'all need builders. Talk to Ruben Hopkins. He's CEO or former CEO of the Woman Black Chamber of Commerce. They got plenty of buildings. And then try the Black Enterprise building down there off about a little church over there by Mount Moriah. There are plenty of buildings for y'all to be. If not, there's a school that can house somebody or something for the community. The YMCA or something. There's no reason y'all should not have a house or a church to house what we have, and we're trying to build in the community to keep our children from bearing each other, because last year was rough. And then when girls are starting to get killed and stuff like that, man, you ride through the hood, and you see all these pictures with these girls on the trees. Girls are civilians, kids and wives, like I said. But then, like, little dude that the little dude that got kidnapped and stuff, and how he been? Like, there's too much stuff going on for people like us not to be together. We need to bond, man. The cage is lit. I was listening to the TV yesterday. They training these people to defend ICE agents. They training regular people to defend vigilantes.
No, they training regular people to go to prison. You
so
cannot
what
mess
it
with
is,
them federal agents.
They doing all these people that be the people with the signs, the picketers, and the protesters. They training leaders in their group to monitor situations with these fools that's already here. They just haven't been unleashed.
Well, I'm
Y'all gotta remember, Homeland Security is downtown.
Well, Blake, I'll say this, Blake. We have to make sure that we're tending to the needs of the urgent needs of our community. And like you said, look at all the stuff you're going through. I just had a whole situation where families was without heat, and freezing, the elders, So many times when we get our energy misdirected, it don't benefit the current needs of our community. So this is why when I leave this station, I get back on the block because it's enough work for everybody.
That's right. So you already know. Y'all know how to get in touch with me. We also need help sometimes. But like I told Harmer, I'm never hard to find because the people, they watching and listening, so they know where everybody at. They really want you. The feds come and knocking, they come and get you.
Right.
But I ain't worried about that because I ain't doing nothing but justice, and that's what I want for my niece, for Tamara Brumfield, and for everybody else out here. Because when I put that, only reason I put fire to somebody because he put fire to me. I was lucky to even return fire. Shoot somebody ain't cool, man. I got to sleep every night with that. And it's been 20 years. That don't go away. I'm just glad he didn't die. I appreciate you, Tory, man. Anybody need me, man, you know what's happening.
Thank you, Brother Blake. Hey, we got a lot of work to do. And like I said, it's a lot of irons in the fire. And when we focus our energy on the healing of the community, repairing the holes in the village, that's what this year should be about. That's where the concentration should be. Not being misused like we always get misused. These other ideas will come along and take you away from what's going on down the street, or they don't contribute to pour into the black community, but they want to take your energy outside of the black community. And all I'm saying is it's just time to regroup, rethink, and reshape what's on the block. We got to reshape the neighborhood. And if that energy is put right there, we're going to see blessings. We're going to see a difference in our men, women, and children because it's up to us. Hey, look, when we come back, there's a situation that's going viral as well in Atlanta, at an Atlanta, Georgia school, where a student punched a principal, and the principal tried to fight back. I think they said that he lost his job for retaliating on the student that punched him in the face. I want to talk about this when we get back. Truth Nation, stay locked in.
More of the Tory Lowe Show is next on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Are you ready to level up your mindset, your money, and your future? Join Coach Erica Odom, real estate investor, success coach, and published author for On the Journey with Coach Erica. This month's episode airs Tuesday, February 17th at 6 p.m. and dives into the powerful topic, why real estate is a mindset before it's a move. Coach Erica welcomes special guests Jeff and Jasmine Webster, real estate investors with Live Well Properties, for an inspiring conversation on building wealth from the inside out. Tune in live to On the Journey with Coach Erica on the award-winning 1017 The Truth.
I'm very familiar with Gruber Law Offices because they're always out in the community.
Gruber Law Offices are known to be honest, hardworking.
They're always involved in our neighborhoods.
Gruber Law Offices make our community a better place.
They are the best. For nearly 40 years, Gruber Law Offices has helped people throughout Wisconsin. If you're injured, we're here to help. One call, that's all.
Wisconsin would not be the same without Gruber Law Offices.
Life's better with American Family Insurance because we know you love working weekends. If it means working on your dream home, both inside and out. And we're here to help protect those dreams so you can enjoy peace of mind. Save up to 40% when you bundle home and auto. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products, pricing, and availability vary based on the way you purchase insurance and by state. Some exclusions apply. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating companies, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
We need to optimize the PID controller for smoother robotic movements.
Our data analysis shows a significant correlation between the variables in both control groups.
The test shows you've experienced an acute myocardial infarction. evolution. As you'll see on the syllabus, this course will largely focus on the Mesozoic era.
Get your child the access every child deserves. Enroll your K through 8th grade child by February 28th at Milwaukee College Prep, mkeprep.com/enroll.
70 million people in the U.S. have learning and thinking differences, like ADHD and dyslexia. Each has their own story. This is ours. At first, I thought it was just a phase. Then schoolwork became a struggle. Emotions got bigger, and my kids started falling behind. I felt alone, like I was lost in the dark trying to find answers. Then I learned about Understood.org, a nonprofit empowering parents and kids like us. It was like we had a light to show us the path ahead. Whenever new challenges came up, their guidance helped us figure out our next step. We still have tough days, but now we have direction. And I have the tools and resources I need to help my child thrive. No matter where you are on the path, Understood can help you keep moving forward. Visit understood.org/yourpath today.
This is the Tory Lowe Show on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
It was the weekend in the city, the day of the dragon, the last of the garden parties and the last of the summer clothes. The planet got hotter, the fire got harder, and the cities kept on growing taller while the house got smaller.
1017 The Truth, Tory Lowe Show. Let's head down to Atlanta, Georgia, where a principal was. This is a video that's going viral. A principal was struck in the face. And somebody was like, Tory, what do you think about? What is your opinion about this? What should the principal have done? We got video on this if you watch this, we broadcast live. I'm going to give y'all a second to tap in if y'all watching as we broadcast live. We'll have the video up in a second. But can you imagine being a principal of a school and a kid smacks you in the face? Like, off the top, you're going to feel the impulse to strike back. But you got the students watching, you got security there, and many times when adults, we have these conversations about adults that's supposed to be professional, especially these paraprofessionals that's been beating up the kids lately. It's been a slew of paraprofessionals that's been losing it, punching on the kids, beating on kids that are disabled in wheelchairs even. But this video is going viral. It's working its way back around. And we got the video. If you're watching as we broadcast live, hit the like and subscribe button. But let's show this video. I mean, this is where I say, where do we draw the line between the child being a child and then the child becoming an adult, taking that action of, smacking the principal in the face? This is the question. Hey, we got video. We got video on this. Let's listen. Okay. We don't have the audio on this, but I'll just do kind of a play-by-play. You got rewind this because I kind of didn't get the first part on this. So the kid smacks the principal. Security steps in, and after that, the principal goes to punch the kid in the face as a reaction to being punched in the face. But then his friends, in the hoodies, in the book bags, the YNs step in and get to swinging on the principal too. And so it's like this whole melee going on where the principal is trying to get the kid that punched him, but he's also getting beat up by students as well. It's total chaos. And I'm going to tell you right now, there's a lot of good teachers that I have conversations with that says that this is starting to be a common occurrence where students are actually trying to fight the adult teachers. I mean, you got these students that you can't talk to or try to tell them to calm down. That's going on too. But what should the principal have done? Run that back. Let's run that first
part back where he was approached by the student, because I heard that this principal lost his job for trying to react to being punched in the face. Kathy in the chat says he's probably just had enough. Not really. A city girl says, unbelievable. I feel him, but the principal kept coming for the kid. Unacceptable. Look at this. He's been struck, and now he kind of tries to get his leg back, but this causes the students to react. Now, I noticed that students, they're still developing and understanding many times in these situations, so they're going to automatically take the side of their peers. So they throwing the principal to the ground. I haven't seen somebody tried to put his foot on the principal, like where the principal they put some foots on the principal. But many times when the kids are out of control in this moment, what could the principal have done? I believe the principal should have allowed the security to take control over the situation and I know it sounds hard to do because you're supposed to be a professional, but he had a room behind him where he could have just went in a room and just kind of closed the door and allowed the security to kind of quell the situation and take the boy into, you know what I mean, into a space where he could be dealt with appropriately. That's all I'm saying. Like, it's a tough situation. If I'm out and I'm the principal and I get hit in the face by a student, one, I'm an adult, so I already know that this child is done. I already know that if I retaliate on this young child, even though I was hit, my career would be in question. So I believe that what the principal should have did was allow security to get the things under control. I probably would have ended up pressing charges. I'd have tried to see what other route could, what other things that could happen to the student at this point, because once he put his hand on me, that's assault. So the kid's life is basically over at that point, or at least at that school. Unless y'all know something I don't know, unless these kids are getting a slap on the wrist and they sending them back up to the school. But this is something that is making its way around the internet, and people are saying, what would you have done? Run it back one more time. What would you have done if you were the principal in a situation where a student knuckled up and punched you in the face? No respect. That's worse than Rodney Dangerfield. Principal ain't got no respect at all. Then he tries to get his lick back, but then some young students start throwing him to the ground, and even I think they put some feet on him at one point. They put their feet on him, but he kept going after the child that punched him. Was the principal wrong for continuing to try to go after the kid that initially punched him, exciting the other kids to come to his defense? Wow. This is crazy. RC says, yeah, the principal doing way too much. First of all, you're an adult, so you got to think, okay, if I put my hands on this kid, my career is done. So that's what happened. His career as a principal, at least at that school, is over with. His pursuit of the child, his continuous pursuit of the child, where he's not even listening to security. Now he's become what they call ignorant. That he's not listening.
Yeah, like there was teachers like holding him back too, like pushing him back, saying like, "What are you doing?"
Well, somebody saying that the principal said or did something to the kid. Christopher in the chat. I don't know. All I know is the kid reacted with a punch. He threw the first punch. All I'm saying is the principal had every right to be upset. But as an adult and a professional and a principal, his pursuit of the child to punch the child back repeatedly, he was doing too much. Because now you got children feeling like you're supposed to know better. Now the kids watching on the side feel like they can beat you up. Like, once you get out of your principal space and come down to the level of the kids, you lose all control. That's wild. What would you have did in that situation, Andrew?
If I was the principal or the kid?
If you was the principal.
I don't think I would attack. I would swing back. But we were talking about this before. I have a little bit more grace for the principal because, again, these are, these aren't 8th graders. Like, these look like high school kids, Tori. So if an 8th grader is doing this, that you got a problem. But these are like, these are people who are, swinging on me, man. And when they start putting feet on me, I've got a problem. Like, start getting stomped out.
But you'd have got up and started swinging back? You'd have lost everything. You'd have lost your job. You'd have lost. Well, balling up and swinging back is two different things.
I would ball up. I wouldn't swing back.
You would just ball up and let them stomp you down.
Let them? I mean, you're the principal, right?
I'm going to get up.
You're right about going into the room.
Like, it was a way out. He chose not to use the way out by going after the kid, which ignited the rest of his friends to try to, protect their friend because they feel like, you ignorant too.
He should have gone to that science room or whatever that was behind him.
Wow. Well, like I said, that's a wild situation. If you ask me, I don't know. I would have retreated.
What if you were one of the other kids? Would you joined in?
Well, peers. Those are my peers. I mean, I probably wouldn't have joined in as aggressive as the first kid, but I wouldn't have let the principal hit my friend. And I probably would have did what that first kid did, swing him down to the ground when he was trying to punch his friend in the face.
See, I think that's fine. I think you start stomping the guy out. I think that's where the line is.
Well, like I said, I mean, I wouldn't have stomped on the principal as a student. I wouldn't have did none of that. But knowing me, I would have broke it up. I would have tried to stop. I would have intervened, and the punch was already thrown. So only thing I could do, the kid was already in security's hands. The security guard was on top of the kid off the top. So only thing I could have done was stop the principal from punching my friend.
Yeah, those other teachers should have just gone after the principal and been like, pin him against the wall, just have him split up.
Hey, it's a sticky situation, but these are real conversations we got to have. If you was an educator and the student wound up and smacked you in the face, what would you have done?
That first punch didn't connect either. Could have been bad.
Hey, look, when we come back, Truth Nation, we're going to open up the lines. Stay locked in.
On Sunday afternoon, the Milwaukee Panthers return home to face in-state rival UW Green Bay Phoenix at the UWM Panther Arena for the Battle of I-43.
Loop a pass, baseline right, Franklin, in on Cotton, reverse layup. Oh, that was pretty. Elam, wrap a pass, left corner, Jackson, trigger three, and he hits it.
Scott Warris has the coverage starting at 1:30 p.m. on 101.7 The Truth and the Milwaukee Panthers Sports Network from Learfield. Tip-off happens at 2 o'clock.
Truth Nation, mark your calendars for Friday, February 20th for the second annual Truth Community Awards, hosted by Homer Blow and Bailey Coleman, celebrating individuals making a real difference in our community. Tickets are on sale now. Visit 1017thetruthAwards.com to learn more. The Truth Community Awards are sponsored by Milwaukee College Prep, the Milwaukee Bucks Foundation, Gruber Law Office, Steinhoffels, Cousin Subs, and 3rd Street Market Hall.
Hey there, Jane Lynch here. You want to hear something funny? Too bad. You want to hear something uplifting that will inspire you? Good. Because today, I want to talk to you about Direct Relief, a humanitarian organization that does seriously good work when it counts. Fires, hurricanes, earthquakes. When disaster strikes, Direct Relief immediately shows up with medicines, medical supplies, and everything doctors and nurses need to save lives. Let's ship her out! Every day across the United States and around the world, they're making an enormous difference. If someone needs help, Direct Relief helps. No politics, no red tape. Hey, what you doing over there?
Oh, I'm packing insulin for kids with diabetes.
See, every box here is literally a lifeline for someone in critical need. So check them out at directrelief.org and donate if you can. You might just bring a smile to someone's face.
I take care of the kids. And I take care of my dad. I take care of things at work. The groceries, the cleanups, the meltdowns, the doctor's visits, the family events, mealtimes, bedtimes. I take care of all the things everyone else needs. But I haven't made time to take care of what I need.
Family caregivers are often overloaded. It can feel overwhelming and exhausting. It's no surprise that millions of caregivers experience symptoms of anxiety and depression every year. But help is available, because there may only be one you, but you don't have to do it alone. Head to mentalhealthcareworks.org. That's mentalhealthcareworks.org to learn how to get the support you deserve, because mental health care works when you make the call. If you're experiencing a mental health crisis or thoughts of suicide, dial 988, a message from the American Psychiatric Association Foundation.
Join the movement. Listen to The Tori Lowe Show on 101.7 FM, 1510 AM WGKB Waukesha, and W269DL Milwaukee, the locally owned Good Karma brand station.
Justice Wisconsin, the truth, the most requested advocate in the state. 101.7 FM, the movement continues. Yeah. Milwaukee, stand up. It's Tori Lowe, the truth. From 1 to 4, we about that action, so tap in and let's go. We want that justice, we want all the smoke. From Monday through Friday, trying to bring the city hope. Yeah. Tori Lowe from 1 to 4, Monday through Friday, let's go. We bout that action from the block, and we ready, let's go. Tap in, and it ain't no holding back. We ready.
101.7 The Truth. Tori Lowe. Tori Lowe Show live from American Family Insurance Studio at the Avenue. The movement continues. The marathon continues right here on 101.7 The Truth. Thank you for joining me for the third hour of the Tori Lowe Show. And don't forget, Truth Nation, to mark your calendars for Friday, February 20th for the second annual Truth Community Awards presented by Potawatomi Casino Hotel, celebrating individuals making a real difference in our community. Tickets are on sale now. Do not wait. Go to 1017thetruth.awards.com to buy your tickets, only $20. The Truth Community Awards is presented by Potawatomi Casino Hotel, sponsored by Milwaukee College Prep, the Milwaukee Bucks Foundation, Gruber Law Office, Steinhoffel's, Cousin Subs, and Venue 3 at the 3rd Street Market Hall. Come celebrate with us Friday, February 20th at the Truth Community Awards, once again hosted by Homer Blow and Bailey Coleman from 5:30 to 8 p.m. at Venue 3 right here at the 3rd Street Market Hall. You do not want to miss the best community award event of the year. Also, we got free food. That $20 gets you free food, something to drink, a good time with the Truth family, and celebrating those brothers and sisters on the front lines. You do not want to miss it. You're gonna be happy that you were involved in this award show. I cannot wait. Once again, get your tickets. Go to Truth 1017thetruth.awards to get your tickets right now. Like, hey, when the tickets sell out, that's it. This award show gonna have food, folks, and fun. A great time, $20. Make sure you get your tickets now. We got Eddie on the lines.
I know that ain't who I think it is.
How you doing, Eddie?
Good day, Tori Lowe. How you doing today?
Hey, I'm doing great. How you doing, Eddie?
Good. I can't wait until we all get together for the awards show. I'm really looking forward to
Eddie,
it.
come on, stop it.
Tori, I come to all the events.
No, you don't, Eddie. Eddie, if you come to the Truth Community
at
Awards,
101.
Eddie,
101.7 The Truth.
Let me tell you something, Eddie. You do not show up.
I tried
to anything.
Tori,
here we go.
I tried to meet with you last
Community Awards,
and a group of young women tried to twerk me. I almost died.
Eddie,
they were
let me tell you
twerking on
something.
me, and I fell to the ground.
It's gonna come a point where you're gonna have to show up to something, Eddie.
Tori, they said
you got to pick an event that you got to come to the cleanup. At least come to the cleanup.
One time I came and there was gunfire. And I think they were firing at me. Liz's daughter had to.
Eddie, come on now. This is why people really don't. They really not gonna take you serious, Eddie, until you start showing up.
What? Not take me serious, Tori?
They're not gonna take you serious till you start coming out till you start coming out to these events, Eddie.
Tori, I consider myself.
You can go around to these podcasts and do all this other stuff. But you can't come and help the community when it comes to cleaning up. You could have did the Walk Against Violence. We got the community awards. You got so many things that you could be attending. It's the beginning of 2026, Eddie. I'm going to need you to turn a new leaf, and I'm going to need you to start showing up.
Tori, nobody's a bigger proponent of Milwaukee's African-American community.
Here we go.
Than me, Eddie. I think you know that about me, Tori.
Eddie, I'm going to try to tell you this.
You know that about me.
Hey, Eddie, there's people in your own community that done caught up here now.
And said what?
You heard them. They said they can't wait to find you on the ladder. They tried to ride up on you on the ladder.
Violence.
No, that's white on white crime. That's white on white crime.
That was 4 or 5 years ago, Tori. That guy is no longer on the show. And, Tori, I'm on the show. It's been 5 years, Tori. Again, no parking space, no paycheck.
You don't show up to no
I don't
events,
have a desk. Eddie. I don't care if you give me a table out in the food court, Tori.
You just talk.
I deserve something.
People just think that you just want to be a clown. You want to come on the show and clown out.
God forbid somebody's entertaining on this show, Tori. God forbid. Okay, it's not like you're paying me for this.
God forbid.
Tori,
Hey, once you start paying and sniffing them fumes, you call in.
I was just asking for Diet Coke. That's all I asked for in the contract. So, Tori, let's talk about this video. Okay, let's talk about the video.
Right.
Here's what has to happen, and this is what really works. And I'm 60 years old. I've been around plenty of violence. I've been around violence in MPS schools. I've seen a lot of things. What works is that principal should have blasted that kid or taken full control of that kid like a bull. Because if he didn't, it lets all the other kids know that you can get away with a certain amount of bravado. The principal needs to run that school, and he needs to kind of have an iron fist or let everybody think he has an iron fist. Kids need to fear him, Tori. And that's really reality. That's what works with young men.
I got
not
a question.
Singing Kumbaya.
You got a solution for this principal, but you don't have the solution for the school shootings.
What are you talking about, school shootings?
I'm just saying, you got all these solutions, but you never called in. When we do talk about these school shootings, you never call in with a solution.
Tori, my phone's breaking up. I can't hear you.
Oh, wow. Well, Eddie, thank you for tapping in. Wow. We got Michael on the lines. Michael.
Hey, Joey, how are you?
Bless us, brother Michael.
Good. I'm a good brother, Barry. But what I wanted to say is this about the young man with the principal.
Right.
I worked in a lot of like turn-up schools, and as like a teacher's aide and youth counselors, and we had to be our own security. And Tori, those dudes were big, man. I'm talking about they look like grown men, and we've had to take some down, and we did. But then the principal, one thing I can say is these kids are a different kind of breed now, and retaliation is a real thing, And that's something I don't think that maybe the principal probably thought about at that time. But one of the things we had to take down after we did, we calmed it down and got him out of the building. And the students I've seen on the in my neighborhood, and say if I had done something like punch him in the face or something like that, it could have been easy retaliation situation,
Mm-hmm. So what was the option for the principal? Like in that situation, what could he have done? The principal.
Really, he's doing his job. He's trying to be a principal and a leader to these children. We can't preach non-violence. We can't preach, don't, hit and stuff like that when you are actually doing this yourself. Like, there's no way he could have kept his job after hitting somebody. So, you know, I mean, you sign up for the job. It's part of the job.
Yeah,
So,
I mean,
that's
basically, yes. Well, thank you for tapping in, Michael.
We got better.
No problem. I think that he had a better option of he had the security guard there, and the security guard already had the kid under control. At that point, let the security guard do his job. The kid already is going to have harsh penalties, and pretty much he may get expelled from the school. He got to deal with his parents. He may even have some assault charges, depending on how old he is. But like I said, the principal had ways around it if he could have just logically understood what was actually taking place. Well, he lost all of his degrees and the master's degrees and everything and tried to go beat the kid up. He just went crazy. Maybe he was stressed out. I don't know. But if you want to join the conversation, 833-212-1017, chime in. What if you were a teacher or a principal and you were hit, struck in the face, what would you have done? If it's any professionals out there that work in the school system, what can be done? What should be done? I'll say that. 833-212-1017. Also, I want to talk about, we've been talking about people in Milwaukee living without the heat. Tenants returned to Milwaukee apartment after heat. Water pipes were fixed. I guess they finally fixed the water pipes, and they finally got heat in some of these apartment buildings. If you're watching this, we broadcast live. We got some updated video and audio on this. If you're watching this, we broadcast live. Let's listen.
Del Mar Alvarado is back in her home. It feels good to be back. Unpacking what she says felt like the longest 14 days of her life. It's such a relief. We're taking it day by day. Alvarado is among the tenants at this apartment complex near 29th and Wisconsin, evacuated back in late January after the Milwaukee Department of Neighborhood Services says they found safety issues that include no heat, no water, and burst pipes. It was so cold. 2 weeks later, that looks different.
So one of the first things we noticed as soon as we walked in is how warm it feels in here compared to what they described felt like a freezer.
Alvarado also showed us she has running water again. There were days we were left without water. It's been a process, but it's nice that since we've been back, we haven't had that problem. While her family has had a smooth transition back, other tenants tell us they are having some issues with no working electricity and a bad smell. So we reached out to Barada Properties. While we were unable to hear back in time for deadline, we reached out to DNS and they told us the Milwaukee Health Department and DNS were in the building earlier today and addressed the electrical problem. As far as the air quality, DNS says there were no issues of carbon monoxide.
All right, well, they got the heat back on after 14 days. I wonder, do they get a deduction in the We Energy? Because they weren't able to use the heat or anything. Like, do Barada pay for the time that they weren't able to use the electricity that was the energy bill that they was paying for? That's what that should happen too. Hey, look, when we come up, we got Deja on the line. She want to talk about the principal getting punched. When we come back, we'll have more conversation. Truth Nation, stay locked in.
Don't touch that dial. The Tory Lowe Show will be right back on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Milwaukee business owners, this is your moment. Every Friday at 8 a.m., call in to 101.7 The Truth for What the Business Is. Tell us what your business is, where you're located, and one thing you've learned along the way. What the Business is powered by We Energies, delivering the energy that powers local business. Fridays at 8 a.m. on 101.7 The Truth. Fridays at 8 a.m. on 101.7 The Truth.
Life's better with Drive My Way from American Family Insurance because we know it's more than just a car. It's your escape pod, your adventure mobile, your memory maker. And we help protect the dreams that drive you. Personalize what you pay for auto insurance and you could save between 10 and 35%. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products, pricing, and availability vary based on the way you purchase insurance and by state. Unsafe driving behaviors may increase your rate. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating companies, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
The Humane Animal Welfare Society, HAWS, believes in keeping pets healthy and families together. No one should have to choose between rent and veterinary care. The Wellness Clinic at Hawes Animal Shelter in Waukesha offers important basics of dog and cat care to our community. Pet owners can schedule general exams, sick visits, receive vaccinations, even get preventatives and nail trims. Appointments are available weekdays and can be scheduled by calling 262-542-8852. Contact Hawes of Waukesha today for your pet's care.
My part-time service in the Army National Guard makes it possible for me to be more for the community I call home. My training helps me at work when I lead by example. My service in the Army National Guard allows me to keep my community and those I care about safe from threats. Learn more about how you too can live and serve part-time close to home by visiting NationalGuard.com.
Sponsored by the Wisconsin Army National Guard, aired by the Wisconsin Broadcasters Association and this station.
Teachers are dynamic leaders, shaping a new generation. They bring a variety of perspectives from diverse backgrounds, innovating how they teach to prepare students for our fast-changing world. Achieving this takes skill and expertise. They're tireless explorers, creatively discovering a universe of solutions, telling stories, experimenting, inspiring, mentoring, connecting cultures, and connecting with each other. Leading by example. Experience the unique joy of helping students thrive. Teaching is a journey that shapes lives. Are you ready to begin? Explore teaching at teach.org, a campaign supported by the U.S. Department of Education, Teach.org, and 1 million teachers of color.
This is the Tori Lowe Show on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Hello, this is Tori Lowe from The Truth at Educators Credit Union. Your money is powered by purpose. Educators Credit Union community advocates driven to uplift the Milwaukee community with donations to local organizations such as Milwaukee Tool, the library, and sponsorships of events small and large that takes place right here in our own backyard. Make a switch to ECU.com. That's ECU.com. Insured by NCUA. Membership eligibility required. Also, it's Black History Month, and we're going to open up the mic to Milwaukee's youth, young boys and girls sharing their Black history stories and what Black history means to them right here in their own words, right here on the Tori Lowe Show. I'll be reading and sharing your submissions with the 1017 The Truth audience all month long. Our voices, our stories. If you know a young person with something to say, share their message on social media. Tag me on social media, any of my social medias, or go to 1017 The Truth. Let's amplify their voices together. Brought to you by Educators Credit Union and Tayback. Hey, we got Deja on the line. She want to talk about this principal. We got a poll in the chat. Should the principal have fought back against the student? How you doing, Deja?
Hey, Tori, how you doing?
Blessings, Queen. How you doing?
I'm good. This is just one interesting story as someone that honestly used to work with students in that field. And I wasn't really a teacher, but I was a paraprofessional. So I don't think the principal should have fought back. Now, if you want to talk about free will, then, hey, if he don't care about going to jail or losing his license and everything like that and all that in between, then yeah, he could fight the child back and feel better about himself. But unfortunately, when you work in a setting like that, you can't really predict how kids are going to act. So if you get hit in the face and you want to keep your job, take a deep breath, take off the rest of the day if you need to, and walk away.
And many times you can come back to the situation after you get a clear head. You can circle back.
Yeah, I would say, yeah, absolutely, 100%. And it's not saying that the kid isn't going to get reprimanded for what they did, but do you really want to cost your job to hit a child back?
And that's exactly what will happen. Like, and then once he lost the trust of the kids by trying to attack another child, he can never come back to that school. They might keep beating him up.
Exactly. It's all about setting an example.
Right.
Even if, and I'm pretty sure, I don't know if that principal has kids, but do you really want to tell your kids that if you working at a job that requires you to work with other people and somebody hits you in the face, do you think it's really best to retaliate, or you think it's best to just walk away so you can keep your job and let them get punished for their actions?
Right. And that's psychological, because you got to have a strong mentality to walk away from being actually punched or assaulted. And many times there is a way out if you're looking for it. And there's no way out if you ain't looking for it.
Exactly. And honestly, something I'm learning to live by, God got the best vengeance. Whatever you do to me, you got to deal with him. I'm just saying.
Well, look, I appreciate you for tapping in. I appreciate you for tapping in to the conversation, Deja. But many times I'll tell people this: if you looking for a way out of something, let's say you're in a high pressure situation. If you stay calm, you can see a way out of it. There's always a way that you can see to move around. But if you are impulsive and you are monkey see, monkey do, if you hit me, I'm going to hit you, you're not going to look for the way out. You're going to look for the obvious reaction, which is to strike back. And many times, a lot of people don't see the first person that struck. They only see the second person. They say that all the time, but now you're trying to explain what happened after you actually actively participated in a situation that may cost you whatever you're doing, even though you were the one possibly that was assaulted. Hey, it can get tricky. 833-212-1017. We got a poll in the chat. Should the principal had hit the child? Not really. A city girl says the parents can press charges on the principal for assaulting their child beyond self-defense. Then he'll likely never work around kids or people again. BB Brews says, I say bust back. If you get a sucker punched by a comparable size threat, regardless of age. So fight back if the person is your size or they are comparable to your size. Fight back, no matter what age they are. This is what is being said in the chat. Minister Kevin in the chat says, I fully believe that the principal should have restrained himself, but I think other professionals should also. Principal should sue the parents. Hey, it can get tricky in the system, especially dealing with young people. And I always tell people, when you're dealing with young people, there's a side where you want to make change, but there's also a side of what you're trying to change too. Like, you can't see change without seeing what you're trying to change. So you can't be in there, saying you want to make a difference, but you don't even know what you're trying to make a difference from. So if you're going into a bad situation, you got to expect that, okay, I got to be prepared for the flip side just in case something takes place. Keep your head on a swivel. You can't just be up in there thinking that you going to just be in there and everything going to go well. No, it's going to be, that's why you're trying to make change, because it's a problem. 833-212-1017 if you want to join the conversation. Also, I want to talk about this 2 Milwaukee teens charged in Sheboygan in a double shooting that killed a 19-year-old. 2 teens have been charged out of Sheboygan for a double shooting that took the life of a 19-year-old. I think we talked about this story last week where they had one young man, and now they're saying that they have 2 Milwaukee teens in custody from the double shooting. If you're watching this, we broadcast live We got video on this situation. Let's listen.
Sheboygan police covered the 1300th block of South 10th Street on the night of January 17th. 2 people had been shot at one of the homes. One neighbor sharing this doorbell cam video with us. The incident seriously injured an 18-year-old woman and killed 19-year-old Joseph Jojo Torres. This week, charges officially filed against 2 Milwaukee teens, 18-year-old Lawrence Buford Jr. and 19-year-old Ontario Gurley. The 2 men were charged with homicide and robbery. According to the criminal complaints, a police witness alleged Buford Jr. and Gurley were going to meet Torres in Sheboygan to trade guns. The witness claimed they heard rumors about Buford intending to rob Torres instead. The witness also said Buford Jr. confided in them after the incident, admitting to shooting Torres. The 18-year-old woman who was injured in the incident said that on that night, she could hear yelling in another room, followed by gunshots. Then one of the men whose face was almost completely covered found her and shot her too.
Oh, wow.
The complaint states Buford Jr. told police he could, quote, not recall if he was in Sheboygan on the day of the crime, and denies ever shooting a gun. The incident stunned the neighborhood.
And said right away how terrible, a young boy losing his life.
If convicted, Gurley faces up to 17 years in prison. Buford Jr. faces life. In Sheboygan, Mackenzie Hamill, TMJ4 News.
Hey, look, it's going down everywhere. I'm telling you, this is why I say, this is why we need programs that teach, that kind of get these young people ahead of time before they get out here, before they get into this life of, I could do whatever I want, and even to the point where they even take a life, or even these old people that's out here getting in domestic abuse all the time. You got to have some rationale. You got to be able to walk away, especially if you got to put hands on somebody. This, especially in today's times, a lot of people think that they can put their hands on people and it ain't gonna be no repercussion. And then a lot of people think that, okay, not only can I put my hands on you, I'm going to go as far as to take your life. It's a lot of weird activity going on psychologically that we got to start adding to the factor when we meet people, when we talk to people, when we start getting into conversation with people. We got to start factoring in that they may not be all there. You got to read the red flags. You got to read the room. Like what they say, you got to have some discernment. You got to be able to kind of say, okay, that's unusual for somebody to say that. Like, how come when you get into an argument with somebody, the first thing they say is what they gonna do to you? I'm like, okay, that's weird. You know what I mean? But you laugh it off. But really, it could be the gremlin up in there. The gremlin, the gremlin been and came out on you, and you thought they was joking. We about to go to break, and when we come back, we'll have more conversation. Truth Nation, stay locked in.
You are listening to The Tory Lowe Show on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Join me every Friday at 11 a.m. for the Milwaukee Experience with Sherwin Hughes, presented by Visit Milwaukee. We're a city that knows how to celebrate, where the calendar is packed with festivals, the plates are piled high with flavor, and a lakefront sunrise sets the stage. Here in Milwaukee, every street leads to something worth savoring, a place that welcomes you with open arms and where joy is shared in bites, beats, and cheers. The Milwaukee Experience every Friday at 11 a.m. exclusively on The Truth with Sherwin Hughes, presented by Visit Milwaukee.
Good Karma Brands is proud to be an equal opportunity employer, providing equal employment, development, and advancement opportunities to all teammates and applicants. To learn more about careers with us, please send an email to talentacquisition@goodkarmabrands.com. That's talentacquisition@goodkarmabrands.com.
You served behind the desk.
You served in combat.
You did 4 years and got out.
You were drafted.
You gave 20 years.
You gave exactly what your country needed.
And so did you.
When you raised your hand and swore an oath to your country, when you put your name on a dotted line, you became part of only 1% of Americans who did the same. You are a veteran.
You are a veteran.
You are a veteran. Because no matter when, where, or how you served, you made a sacrifice for your country, and you deserve support.
If you're struggling with life after service, don't wait. Reach out.
Reach out to a loved one, to a fellow veteran, to VA.
Find resources at va.gov/reach.
Brought to you by the United States Department of Veterans Affairs and the Ad Council.
Day 1, diagnosis day. The hardest day. The day you hear,
I'm sorry, this is a type of blood cancer.
But day 1 is just one day. At the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society, we are here to help you move past day 1.
On day 45, I discovered an online community who shared great tips for in-treatment care.
I missed a lot of school during treatment, and LLS helped me keep up.
We are here for you. We exist for everyone fighting leukemia, lymphoma, myeloma, and other types of blood cancer.
On day 185, LLS helped me file my insurance claims properly.
Day 5,840 and counting, and I'm still in remission.
To learn more and get help on day 1, day 2, day 983, or any day, please visit LLS.org or call 1-800-955-4572. That's LLS.org, 1-800-955-4572.
This is the Bloomberg Black Business Beat, sponsored by FidelityWealthManagement.com. MoviePass CEO Stacy Spikes wants a piece of the growing prediction market pie with his new platform called Mogul, where you can creatively bet on the success of your favorite movie stars and films. Spikes told Bloomberg he's building the model around sports betting, which he says drives engagement for leagues.
When people are doing that, they go to the games and watch the games 75% more.
Okay.
So the more that you're engaged in outcome and what you think is going to happen, the more likely you are to go to the movies.
Spikes in a conversation with Bloomberg TV's Romaine Bostick. It's a bold strategy, but Spikes thinks it could be the film industry's next big thing.
When you're doing sports are regional. Well, when something like Wicked opens, it opens worldwide. So you have no impediment to worldwide growth, so it could grow very fast.
I'm Bloomberg's Justin Milliner on the Black Business Beat.
This Associated Bank Sports Update on 101.7 The Truth is powered by ESPN Milwaukee. I'm Nazir Spencer. After a long losing streak, the Milwaukee Bucks finally get their first 3-game win streak this year with a win versus the Pacers on Friday. Bobby Portis on playing during the trade deadline.
You know, obviously, it's always a lot that's on your mind, obviously, coming into the trade deadline. Guys get moved different places, and, you know, being here for 6 years now, definitely didn't want to find a new home. This is home for me, so.
The Bucks acquired former Nets guard Cam Thomas off waivers this weekend for likely bench help. The Bucks are in Orlando tonight to play the Magic at 6:30. In men's college basketball, Badgers lost in OT to Indiana 78-77 on Saturday. Marquette beat Butler 70-55, and UWM lost to Northern Kentucky 67-62. All teams are back at it tomorrow night. This Sports Update brought to you by Associated Bank, proudly supporting your hometown teams, member FDIC.
This is the Tory Lowe Show on 101.7 The Truth app, and 101.7thetruth.com.
Call on Tory Lowe. Call on Tory Lowe. Call on Tory Lowe. Call on Tory Lowe. Call on Tory Lowe.
101.7 The Truth, Tory Lowe Show. Joining me on the lines, advocate author Elizabeth Brown. How you doing, Queen?
Salute, King. Happy Monday.
Happy Monday. We just played a video where Georgia school principal was struck by a student, kind of reacted to where he wanted to get some get his lick back, but then he kind of got jumped by other students protecting that student. What should the principal have done in that situation?
You know what, Keith, when it comes to our children, again, do we have, I used to work, with troubled youth. And a lot of times when you see children acting out and lashing out, is due to, some type of trauma But I also been in a situation where I seen a student try to attack one of my coworkers, and again, everybody can say what we thought, what we woulda, until you in that situation. I'm glad because as an adult, I was robbed by a 16-year-old. He's 15, 16. And my first mind was to shoot him in his back, okay? But I'm thankful that I didn't. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's something you will live to regret. Because you don't never, want to take a life. You don't never want to, harm a child. But at the same time, your survival, your protection in those moments, those heated moments, your goal is to protect yourself. You know what I'm saying? And those of us who have the will to hold back, because, again, we're all, even as adults, we're all dealing with something. Life is handing us all something, So in that predicament, I don't want to say what I thought he should have done. You know what I'm saying? Like, because, again, I've seen it, been there, done that. I'm just glad that, nobody lost their life, one. Nobody, was like harmed to a point of can't heal from. However, it's an issue that we really have to make sure that we're addressing because, again, hurt people. Okay? When the other children jumped in, as a child, when you think about being a kid, because a lot of time us as adults, we remove ourselves from our childhood and say, you shouldn't have did this, you shouldn't have did that. But me, myself, knowing as a child, and even if the other kid was wrong, when you see an adult trying to, even if the kid started it, as an adult, there's some type of leadership we're supposed to have, some type of restraint we're supposed to have, and even though we are human, sometimes that don't kick in. You know what I'm saying? And in that regard, then you're looking at charges, one, because that whether you still put your hands on the kid.
Right.
The reality of it is, like I said, in that situation, I'm just glad that nobody's life was lost, that they can come back from it. And it's a conversation that we really need to have, especially knowing that we're all walking around with some type of trauma, whether it be childhood trauma, adult trauma, or just the trauma of life. You know what I'm saying? The time now is even more stressful than it ever has been due to, all of the traumas that came before the pandemic. You know what I'm saying? Now we're in the aftermath of the pandemic, which was an epidemic before the pandemic. So, King, that's one of the things that we really have to, pay attention to. And that's my main thing about healing myself. So when I come in contact with people who I know just bleeding, and they're bleeding profusely, and don't know how to stop their own bleeding, so they wind up bleeding on people that they really ain't got no business bleeding on. I just hope that, a lesson come out of this whole situation. The kids get help, you know what I'm saying? Because that's a conversation that we need to have with our children. Again, it's time to sit back down. It's time for us to re-strategize and put an agenda forward to put us back in our rightful place where we can be the adults that our children respect.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? To a point where when we get loud, because when a man usually raises his voice and let kids know that they ain't playing, they stop. You dig what I'm saying? So in a world that we're in now where, you have a lot of children who don't have respect for adults, and me and you done seen it hands-on, adults not having respect for the children. They hear us talking down on them all the time. Again, why would you have respect for individuals that you felt, again,
never gave you that security, or that you never felt safe around, and every time they spoke at you and not to you, or they didn't speak to you at all. You know what I'm saying?
And this is why and this is why when you are around children, you got to know I'm in a child's environment. You're not around adults.
Absolutely.
So it's rules that come with being around kids. You know what I mean? And when you go around kids and you don't understand, okay, this is a child environment, and it's a certain way to act in that environment where you can gain respect and also communicate what you're trying to say. And this is where you think when you hear the word professional that this person actually knows how to do this.
Absolutely. And and like I said, we're all human,
right?
But at the same time, certain things we can't give a pass because, like I stated, it's time for us to get out of our childhood trauma as grown males and females, because a lot of us are not men and a lot of us are not women. Okay, a lot of us walking around with that trauma, and then when we're around children who also have trauma, they're able to trigger that trauma.
Right.
And then you go to acting like your child self. You understand what I'm saying? And again, where is the leadership?
Right, because once you, it's a blurred line right there. Once you become that buddy parent or that buddy type situation, they look at you as a peer.
The respect goes out the
window. An adult peer. So then it gets strenuous, and they don't hear your voice because you become one of them, and you got to maintain your position when you're around children. You always got to maintain your position around the youth at all times.
Absolutely. A level of authority, a level of accountability, a level of being a leader, you know what I'm saying, that a child respects. I can honestly say, outside of the little boy that tried to, it was two little boys tried to rob me in some years ago, but I didn't know those youth, but I've always worked with the youth. I've always been, I don't know, the one that the youth go to. In every last one of my daughter's school, I was the go-to. But I've never had a child blatantly disrespect me because, again, we also have to know that our children go off of feelings. And you can say what you want all day, but that child go off of feelings. They know if you there for a paycheck. They know if you there and you truly respect them because, again, we as adults have to know that to much is given, much is required. You have to be able to speak to children. Again, remember that they're children. Their brain is not all the way developed. Ain't no telling what they going through at home. And like I said, this is why as an adult I say it's imperative that we start to heal our inner child. So when we come in contact with our wounded children, with our traumatized children, when they lash out, we don't take it personal. You understand what I'm saying? I understand that you're having a bad day, and that should have been a conversation, like I said, amongst a man and a child. You know what I'm saying? Like, to a point where you're able to come in, raise your tone, and bring everybody down. Because when you heal your inner child, you don't come into a situation that's high intensity with high intensity. Fighting fire with fire, especially as an adult with children, it's going to be a burning inferno. You have to have somebody that's going in there who understands. The true leaders are the ones that have the compassion, and not the compassion that gets you used and abused, but the compassion that gets you compassion.
Well, look, when we come back,
and I think we're far removed from that.
When we come back, I want to get your final thoughts on the show today. Truth Nation. Stay locked in.
More of the Tori Lowe Show is next on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com. Need a way to hype up your day?
Hello, is this Shirley?
This is she.
Shirley, you are our Gruber 5K giveaway winner this quarter. Congratulations.
What would would you do with $5,000?
Going to look at buying me a pickup truck. That will be some of my down payment.
Stay tuned into 1017 The Truth for your chance to be entered into the Gruber Law Office's 5K giveaway. For contest rules, visit 1017thetruth.com.
I love you guys.
Life's better with American Family Insurance because we know you love working weekends. If it means working on your dream home, both inside and out. And we're here to help protect those dreams so you can enjoy peace of mind. Save up to 40% when you bundle home and auto. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products, pricing, and availability vary based on where you purchase insurance and by state. Some exclusions apply. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating companies, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Tired of managing your rental property? Or maybe you just don't know where to start? At Odom Investments and Property Management, our professional team handles everything from tenant placement to maintenance and rent collection, so you don't have to. Let us take the stress out of property management. Call 855-ODOM-WAY or 855-636-6929 and experience the Odom way today.
Here's a dose of reality. Driving under the influence of prescription painkillers is just as illegal and just as deadly as driving drunk. In fact, there are nearly 2,000 drug-related crashes every year in Wisconsin. Help prevent drug driving, and let's achieve zero preventable deaths on Wisconsin roadways. Driving on pills kills. Sponsored by the Wisconsin Departments of Health Services, Transportation, and Justice.
Do you hear that? And that? And that? Those are the sounds of a healthy and vibrant community. And to this United Way volunteer, nothing sounds better. They're the sounds of children being given greater chances to succeed in school. The sounds of neighbors receiving the support needed to overcome challenges, both big and small. They're the sounds of families gaining access to quality health care and nutritious food for their tables. And they're the sounds of members of our community who've benefited from United Way's financial education programs. See, wherever there's a need in our communities, there's a United Way. People working together to respond and growing the good for everyone. United is the way. So join us by getting involved or giving back. Learn more at unitedway.org.
This is the Tori Lowe Show on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Seven The Truth.
If you ain't know,
Tori Lowe Show. Elizabeth Brown, the Super Bowl halftime show. Did you watch it?
That would be a negative. My team didn't play, so no.
What'd you say? You didn't watch the halftime show?
When they said Bad Bunny, come on, man. Like what? I was already mad because Chris Brown should have been there. But yeah, that would be a negative.
They might
Absolutely.
try to get him up next year, but Jay-Z ain't gonna let him get in because of Rihanna.
I mean, due to what Jay-Z got going on, I'm gonna need him to, handle his business. Cause he all up and through the Epstein file. So again, get out of people's way. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can guarantee you that the numbers wasn't where they were supposed to be. Cause I mean, again, a man called Bad Bunny. I mean,
They did.
No,
I mean,
so.
all right, I ain't gonna. You know what? I watched it, and I could have did without it, but hey.
And see, and that's my thing. I'm not gonna waste good brain cells. Like at the end of the day, like I said, when they said who was gonna be performing, and my team wasn't there. Go Pack Go, get it together. Next season, y'all got to come with it. But outside of that, King, like right now, I'm trying to protect my peace protect my mental, protect my spiritual, and protect my physical. So the things that I'm consuming, I don't want nothing. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't want nothing to interrupt this mission that I'm on for 2026. It's like, you know, when you can separate the real from the fake, you can no longer play along to get along, and I see through it. So no, I did not participate.
I had to watch it because it wasn't even my TV. When I they was just on.
Say less. Hey, I understand.
Hey, but the thing is, you know, a lot of people felt like, you know, it was for the culture. So I just was asking. I was just asking.
For what culture?
You know, we just asking. I was just asking. I don't know.
Hey,
God bless,
yeah,
you know. But let me get your final thoughts on the show today.
I mean, again, very pivotal. Every thing that you pinpointed to, because again, the goal is to get back to the man, woman, and child. The goal is to get back to where you have the man and the woman. Like, we got to get back to order because everything is so out of order. Everything is so out of sync. And again, we're wondering why we're having these problems because, one, we're trying to minister to some children while we're still broken. You can't heal in the same place that broke you. You can't lead a broken child and you a broken adult. You know what I'm saying? Like, so, I mean, today's topic is pivotal because we have to get back in order. We've been out of order for so long that, you know, I say all the time on your show that I don't know how we expect the fruit not to be rotten when the tree roots is rotten, that the fruit is growing on.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like we have to take accountability. Everybody wants want the children to do certain things, but what the hell are we doing? What examples are we setting? You know what I'm saying? What type of we're wounded males and females running around here and trying to chastise children who we had something to do with being broken. These generational cycles of trauma, so on and so forth. It's time to heal. It's time to release. It's time to let it go. It's time to just be your authentic self. We've been playing along to get along for so long. A lot of us don't really know who we are and what we're doing. We're just going with the flow of things, and we can no longer live that way because, again, to see our elders suffering, to see our children suffering, I don't know what we're expecting. It's going to equal suffering all the way around the board until we, again, check ourselves, and that's the cure to everything else. Once we line up, our children have no choice but to get in line. But a lot of us don't want to line up because to line up, meaning to take accountability, and it's easy for us to try to correct somebody else being wrong instead of sitting in what we did wrong and trying to right it.
Hey.
But until we do that, King, we're going to continue to perpetuate and pass down these traumas because we continue to get triggered by what a child is doing as an adult. So you a child too.
Well, when I got on the show today, I wanted to make sure that I really continue the conversation about just kind of keeping your emotions in check, you know, because you can control you. You can't control nobody else. And the thing was, if you can't control your emotions, then other people will always control you. And this is where I see they'll always try to get you emotional so they can steer you. Yep. They'll get you out of character.
Because they know you.
They'll try to get you out of your calm thoughts, your settled thoughts, into your impulsive thoughts. Then they just steered you into a whole nother direction. And this is why you can't give people an emotional reaction, because many people will bait you into the emotional reaction, and you'll get off course, or you'll steer the way that they steered you with the response, instead of doing what you could have been doing to be productive.
And again, like I said, you know, it's been a program. They've always triggered our traumas. You know, again, It's Black History Month. Who know better than us that they'll bring up certain things. Everything end up with how we were treated when it comes to other ethnic backgrounds. When they're in trouble or they're feeling like the United States is going against them, then they want to bring up, y'all know how it felt. You know what I'm saying? It's okay to relive our traumas every day, but at the same time, again, King, a person that's easily triggered is easily tricked.
Right.
And you will never win.
Sure
That's
won't.
why we have to heal ourselves so we don't allow individuals to trigger us. The strategy of the game, the playbook has never changed. It's to trigger us, keep us in fear, keep us in fight or flight mode, because if we're busy struggling and fighting amongst each other, like I always stated about the red fire ants in a jar, nobody talked about the hand that shook it up. Nobody talked about the fact that the ants shouldn't be in the jar in the first place. You understand? They're out of their natural habitat, and for the individual that shook it up and got them tearing each other apart. But no, everybody zone in, oh, look at the red ants. They just, you know what I'm saying, animals. But nobody is looking at the situations that took them out of their natural habitat and put them on top of each other and shook it up for them to destroy each other. We got to look deeper. We got to get deeper, and we have to go internal to fix what it is we need to fix so we can get our children in line after we check our child traumas. Because a lot of us are just wounded children running around having temper tantrums, and we don't know how to lead. Just because you at a certain age don't make you a woman or don't make you a man. And like I said, you can tell a lot about a person by how and what they let trigger them.
Right. And when I
It's
tell
time to
people,
heal.
you know, because I've been going to these different schools and dealing with bullying, and I've been trying to just get some results from, before I say something about it, I'm going to try to see if I can get some outcomes. But the thing is, you know, the children respond to those that they want to have leadership. They were born to be led. They were born to be for the discipline. But when you don't provide that for them, then they'll assume that they have to do it.
Hey.
And many times you got to hold that position.
Somebody else will. Absolutely. By any means necessary. And like I said, when you lead with love, even when you do something wrong, it turn out right.
Because it was the intent. The intent was
That
good.
being said, hey, love our babies, love yourself, heal, rebuild, black man, woman, and child. It's our time. Let's get it.
All right, Queen. Well, I appreciate you for tapping in today as usual. We got a lot of work to do, and I'll talk to you soon.
Hey, salute, King. One love.
All right, salute to everybody that joined the show today. Another powerful conversation. Salute to everybody that's in the chat. Another powerful chat. If you have not joined the chat, you missing out. Salute to everybody that called in. Everybody on the talk to text. I appreciate it. 03990 says, for one, he was too close and he wasn't doing his job, because there's no way somebody can swing off on me at my job, and my job is to protect the children and to protect myself first. Whatever you feel, we got to make sure that we're doing what we need to do to try to take it to the next level of change, and we cannot be emotionally triggered every time. We got to, every step is a calculated move. Stay calculated. Keep your head on a swivel. Green don't always mean go. And look both ways before you cross the streets. I love you, Dr. Ken Harris. Up next.
Truth Nation, it's time.